San Diego, it's time to fire it up. From the beaches to the ballparks, from the Gaslamp to North County, no one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime year.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
What's up, San Diego? And a happy Tuesday to everybody in America's finest city. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. We got a lot planned today, a lot of stuff that we didn't get to yesterday that we're going to get to today, kind of recapping week 1 of the National Football League. We're going to talk about the college football weekend. Sean Lewis met with the media yesterday for San Diego State Aztec football. We'll play some clips from him, let you know how we did, me, Skylar, and Frank, and our college football picks from last week. We also got tons of different things with NFL overreactions. And, of course, the main part of our show, the San Diego Padres. We're going to talk about every playoff team's biggest issue moving forward. We're going to talk about Michael King getting a start tonight. We're going to talk about Padres and Reds game 2. And, of course, recapping from last night's game. And recapping from the sense of a couple of things. Obviously, what happened last night with the San Diego Padres from start to finish. And also some other things, like we did not see Jake Cronenworth play shortstop last night. We did not, at least from a starting sense, right? It's interesting. I mean, Kyle Glazier put this out yesterday, and I totally agree with this. And did I not? I said this yesterday. I said, I would like to see Jake Cronenworth in the next 19 games, which is now 18 games, play shortstop probably 16 of the 19 times. At least. I don't know why the Padres, look, I get it. You want to give Jose Iglesias some reps. You need, the guys need to stay fresh and everything like that. But Kyle Glazier tweeted this out yesterday, 13 hours ago. When did he officially tweet this? Was this like during the game? It was during the game. It was at 8:10. Because he talked about, he quote tweeted his tweet from earlier about Austin Hayes cranking a home run into the Western Metal Supply Company building to make it 3-0 Reds, which I think obviously everybody was ready to jump off the bandwagon again. That's where we're at right now. Every game is that important. Padres just have 2 hits against Nick Lodolo. I mean, it's a TCU guy, I understand. That's, it's hard to get hits off of guys like that. But Kyle Glazier tweeted that out, and then he goes on to say this. For a team that only has 2 hits against currently Nick Lodolo at the time. This seems like a good time to point out that Ryan O'Hearn, who has an .828 OPS this season against left-handers, is on the bench tonight. The Padres opted for Jose Iglesias at shortstop, rather than putting Jake Cronenworth there and opening up first base for O'Hearn with Arise moving to second base. I think it's a great tweet. That's a great tweet, Kyle Glazier. I love that tweet. I don't understand. I don't understand the whole we got to be really good defensively, not at the expense of the offense. It almost burned you last night. It didn't. Thank God. Thank God for Jackson Merrill. Thank God for the Reds bullpen not being that great. Thank God. I don't understand. If it's a day off for Ryan O'Hearn, fine. Fine. I am curious to see the lineup tonight for the Padres. There are 18 games left. 18 games left. There are 18 games left, and there's 2 off days. 18 games left with a day off next Monday and a day off the following Thursday. They can make it through the next 18 games and let them play all the time. To me, it's playoff mode now. To me, it's playoff mode now. I mean, I don't. If you want to spot start Iglesias on a Sunday at shortstop, fine. But I don't know why you're not trying to put together playoff lineups now for the remainder 3 weeks of the season. It's just about 3 weeks left of the season. 18 games, 2 off days. You're going to have a couple more off days before you get to the wild card. I don't understand. I'd rather have Jake Cronenworth play shortstop. I'd rather have O'Hearn play every day. Now is the time to get your players that are going to be starting in the postseason everyday opportunities. 18 games left. Now, the Dodgers won last night. They ended up beating Colorado. Padres come back and beat the Reds, which is huge because you knocked the Reds back again. So now you've increased your lead on the Reds by 7 games. And again, we talked about how difficult it is to make up games in baseball. Being only 1 game back from the Dodgers is very much doable. You get to 2 games back, it's going to be way, way more different. But being 1 game back from LA is fine. Being 7 games over a team, I mean, if you split the next 2 days, even if you lose the next 2 days, all Cincinnati did was gain a game on you. Think about that. That's what they have to do to try to get back in the race. Now, the Giants are in front of the Reds after they won last night over Arizona. And so they're 3 games back of the Mets, who lost 1-0 to Philadelphia. But think about that for a second on how the Reds have to come back to catch the Padres. You have a 3-game series with Cincinnati. Just winning one of those games, the max Cincinnati can do now is gain a game on you. Even if they win the next 2. Even if they win the next 2, they'd only gain a game on you in the standings. That's why that game last night was so huge to win. You've separated yourself from the rest of the pack. Unless you do something catastrophically bad the next 3 weeks of the season, which I don't think would be the case in the 18 games you have left. Not only that, the Cubs lost again. Padres winning 3 in a row and the Cubs losing 3 in a row is a blessing because now you're only 2 games back from that top wild card spot. And we talked about it yesterday. I think it's better to be the 4 seed than the 3 seed. And I don't think that's crazy. That's not even that crazy to talk about. And with the Phillies winning last night, again, it makes it even more difficult to try to get the 2 seed. So winning the division to me is a benefit if you get the 2 seed. If you're going to get the 3 seed, it's almost better to get the 4 seed in the playoffs and be a wild card team than it is to get the 3 seed and be the division winner. You might be playing the Giants. You never know. I mean, we'll see how the Mets do against the Phillies. The Mets have done a pretty good job against the Phillies all year. They lost last night. But when looking at it again, since a lot of people wanted to, think they got me on the math deal last week when the Padres lost. How's the math check out? Math checks out great. Magic number now for the Padres is 12. Padres have a 99% chance of making the postseason. Again, I don't know how many times I have to say this to reassure everybody that it's not 2021, but I will if I have to. As of right now, if you want more than a 50% chance of making the postseason, this would give you, by the way, if you look at where we're at on this, if the Padres win 5 of the next 18 games, 5 of the next 18, that means you win 84 games. You have a 72% chance of making the playoffs. Winning 5 of the next 18 games. You're in the playoffs. Math checks out. Everybody wanted doom and gloom after the week they had. And you know what they've done? They've won 4 of their last 5 games. Or 3 of the last 4. Sorry, 3 of the last 4 games. If the Padres go 5 of 18, they go 5-13 the rest of the way. They'll have 84 wins. They're in the playoffs. Now it's time to get into playoff mode. I think it'd be fun to track down the Dodgers. I still think it's better to be the 4 seed. I've talked about this long enough. But these next 18 games just need to be focused on how do I get my players that are going to be playing in the postseason ready for postseason play. So maybe it is giving guys a couple of days off in between. There's 18 games left. There shouldn't be, and with 2 built-in off days, there shouldn't be too many days off for these guys. Plus, they get a lot of days off when it comes to the playoffs. So 18 games. These are the 18 games you got to get into playoff mode. These are the 18 games that you have to get ready for the postseason. Get players reps in positions they're going to play in October. That is where you need to be right now for the next 18 games. Would it be great, to get to the point of winning the division? Yeah, absolutely. But as of right now, things are really looking good for the Padres. Now, a couple of things from last night. We did see Nick Martinez pitch, Frank. Came in last night. Back to the bullpen role. I mean, talk about a super utility guy. Nick Martinez wants the ball all the time. He wants the ball all the time. Padres able to get him on the error and then the sac fly. Darvish last night got you 5 2/3. It would be nice to have him get you 6. And again, I mean, you look at the way that Darvish starts games, you're thinking this is terrible. We can't let this guy pitch. And then you see his final stat line: 5 2/3, 3 runs, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks, 91 pitches. I would say, you know what? That's not bad. You'll take that. You got to get to a point where Darvish can get you 6 innings. You're looking at him being your number 3 starter. You're looking at in the playoffs. You're looking for him to maybe be the 4th guy if Dylan Cease can pitch better, but we haven't really seen it too much out of Dylan Cease. I don't mind it. He pitched well enough to win. Even though Darvish may have left down 3-0, he put the Padres in a position to win last night. Can't be overly upset with it. Robert Suarez giving you a couple extra innings yesterday. Overall, good comeback by the Padres. I still think they got to start Jake Cronenworth at shortstop a lot more. It should be Cronenworth starting at shortstop, Jose Iglesias spot starting at shortstop. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. When we come back, as we're off and running now, we're going to talk about last night's game in more detail. Let's be frank with Frank. Frank's big takeaways of last night. We will also talk about some of the games that helped out the Padres and the important games that you have seen throughout Major League Baseball. And we will continue on in this hour set for the return of Michael King. Michael King expected to pitch tonight. What to expect? We'll talk about that later on the hour as well. Just getting started on a Tuesday. Braden Surprenant Show. San Diego #1 Sports Station, 97 through the Fan. We just got to meet a special fan. Clay in the South Bay stopped by. Clay won what, bobbleheads?
Yep,
Bobblehead?
Dylan sees bobbleheads.
Dylan sees bobblehead. Clay in the South Bay. Got to talk to him about the Browns, Ohio State. Good time. Got to meet Clay in the South Bay. Loyal listener. I wonder why the YouTube number was a little down, because Clay's here. Clay's getting the live experience.
Clay doesn't have his 15 accounts rolling to boost our numbers.
Uncle Clay's not doesn't have all of his devices on the Braden Surprenant show. I love it. Joe Flacco supporter. Joe Flacco is elite to Clay in the South Bay. They played well you get a kicker that's got a name that's got a vowel in it, maybe they make a field goal or a PAT. Other than that, I don't know what to tell him.
Well,
It wasn't Joe Flacco's fault. All right, let's talk about last night's game, Frank. Let's be frank with Frank. Padres went 4-3 over Cincinnati. At this point, you don't care about style points. You're just trying to get victories. You're holding off. This is a big win for them because of the fact that the Reds are the biggest threat. Even though they're a game back from San Francisco now, I still think they're the biggest threat to potentially take one of the teams that are currently in the playoffs out. But that number is getting more and more drastic now with the Reds losing. Giants are still 3 games back out of a wild card spot. This is a big win for the Padres.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, you can put as we said, you can put the Reds to bed with this series. I mean, that is something that you can very, very possibly do. And you see the leadoff home run with Darvish, and you're thinking, oh God, here we go again. And then he does what he does. Through the most pitches he's thrown this year at 91, 7 strikeouts, 6 hits, 5 2/3 innings. It was his best outing since coming off of the IL and since ramping back up into getting ready for this stretch run of the season. And you could see he may have been down 3-0 when he came out of the game, or 2-0 when he came out of the game. Padres only had 2 hits, and both of them were Gavin Sheets. So last night, as far as the Padres are concerned, that was not Darvish did not have a bad start last night. That was the Padre offense that completely disappeared last night, except for Gavin Sheets. And then you had the heroics of the Jackson Merrill triple, I believe, in the 7th inning when the Padres got all 3 of their runs. Another thing to note, and he hasn't thrown over 20 pitches each time he's done it, but this is the second time in the last 2 weeks that we've seen Robert Suarez go almost 2 innings. He went 2 2/3. He went 2 2/3, 1 2/3 last night, and he went 1 2/3 last week. I want to say I think it was Minnesota. He went an inning and 2/3. So it's interesting to see him kind of getting stretched out, but still being used after Mason Miller. Miller threw more pitches than Suarez did last night, but it's just interesting to see Suarez getting 5 outs in 2 different games over the last 2 weeks, having not thrown over 20 pitches in each of them.
I look back at the Darvish start. I think the Darvish start was fine. I think it's good. He pitched well enough for the Padres to win.
Yeah,
absolutely. It was an out away from going 6 innings. If he goes 6 innings with 3 runs earned, I mean, for a number 3 or 4 starter in your rotation, that's solid. I mean, that's, he's not Ace Darvish anymore.
No, that is a quality start for that spot in the rotation.
Yeah, that's going to get you an opportunity to win. You get that in a playoff game, I think your offense needs to be able to put up some runs, right? Solid. He gave up home runs with their only solo shots. Solo shots do not kill you.
No.
Okay? They're not great, but they don't kill you. If you're going to give up a home run, solo shot, sounds good. We'll take a solo shot. So Darvish gives up 2 solo shots. He gives up that other run in the middle part of the game. Okay? They got a 3-0 lead. But the Padres, as Jackson Merrill said post-game yesterday, unfazed by the 3-0 deficit. That's what good teams do. They are unfazed by those opportunities. And I would consider those opportunities. Those are opportunities to come back and show that you are a good baseball team. And you're a playoff caliber baseball team. It was a good baseball game yesterday.
Yeah.
Overall. Okay, bullpen, all hands on deck. Probably the rest of the way. Got a good start out of your starting pitcher. Offense got it when they needed it. And, you look at the Jackson Merrill triple, David Vu said in the chat, thought it was going to be caught. I mean, maybe that is the play that flips the luck on Jackson.
Yeah, anything could do it.
Jackson Merrill has been the most unlucky hitter in all of Major League Baseball, it seems like. I mean, this season has been so frustrating to watch him hit because he has been not getting rewarded.
He's got Xander's luck from the first half.
Oh yeah,
they
for
switched.
Sure. Yeah, they basically exactly. They switched spots.
Yeah, right when Xander started to figure it out is when Merrill started to go down.
We got an update on Xander from yesterday too, by the way.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, Annie had it. I got to go pull up her Twitter, but Annie had a quote from Xander yesterday about him walking in the clubhouse and how he's feeling and all this other stuff. Where is it? Annie. There we go. Annie reporting that Xander Bogaerts was in clubhouse today without a walking boot.
That's good.
He said he is walking fine, but no running or anything like that yet. He's dependent on doing imaging each week and waiting for doctor clearance. Still optimistic he'll be back before the end of the regular season.
I would say just wait until the postseason. Personally, just to make sure you're ready to go. But
that's what I mean. Let's think about it from this perspective too. Like, if Xander is eligible to come back against like the Brewers or the Diamondbacks,
I'd say Arizona,
which is the last two series of the year. At that point, the Padres have probably already clinched a playoff spot.
Yeah,
their magic number is 12. Every time the Padres win, and right now the Giants lose because the Giants are the top spot in the wild card, that number goes down. So, as of right now, Padres' magic number is 12. I mean, they should be able to get to that point before that week. So, if the Padres have already clinched a playoff spot, I know it'd be nice to give it would be nice to give him a couple of games just to get back into the swing of things, because you don't want his first game to be in the playoffs. But honestly, I'd probably rather have him healthy than like rushing him back to get him reps, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't want him to tweak something or land or plant his foot wrong, which again is something that he could do in any game. But if that's going to happen, I would rather have that happen in the playoffs, knowing that he was there, that he had a chance to help us win, instead of taking himself out in a meaningless game against Arizona to close the season out.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with Xander Bogaerts. He obviously was going to want to come back earlier.
Yeah,
but
100%.
Like every player does. Sometimes you have to protect players from themselves of wanting to be out there. But, Xander coming back, good news for the Padres, lengthens the lineup. And then again, I mean, that changes your lineup, because then either Sheets or O'Hearn is not playing again. I think we've come to a point now with the lefty-righty matchups that Ryan O'Hearn needs to be playing every day.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times we have to say that. I mean, Gavin Sheets was the guy that couldn't hit lefties. He's hitting lefties. He got 2 hits against Lodolo yesterday.
2 doubles.
Yeah. Let them hit. I think if Xander Bogaerts comes back, I think it'd be more inclined to like not have Jake Cronenworth in the lineup against a lefty. Maybe give Luis Arraez a day off against a lefty. I'd rather watch Jake Cronenworth hit sometimes. Because I know that was the big read. Well, Iglesias, lefties. I mean, you're going to see lefties in the postseason. If you play Chicago, you're going to see a lot of lefties in the postseason. Does that mean Ryan O'Hearn and Gavin Sheets aren't going to play? So you have to go with Jose Iglesias? I would rather take my chances with O'Hearn and Sheets and even Cronenworth over watching Jose Iglesias play shortstop in a playoff game.
Yeah, 100%.
He's been like Jake Cronenworth is not he's not incapable of batting against lefties. And here's the other thing too, by the way. For the majority of the season, Gavin Sheets and O'Hearn had not been starting against left-handers. And Jake Cronenworth started against almost every left-hander. He's not getting the day off against lefties. But now all of a sudden that they need a shortstop, it's like, well, Jake Cronenworth probably doesn't need to play against a lefty now. Come on.
I mean, it just
Come
speaks to some of the inconsistencies that we've seen out of Mike Schilt recently with the comments that he made on Friday on the manager's report. Now we're seeing just kind of speaking out of both sides of his mouth. Well, it's not fair for Merrill to be asked to play shortstop, but it is fair for Jake to play when it's been a year longer since Jake has actually played shortstop at the major league level. And now as far as the keeping O'Hearn on the bench and what he's doing with that, it does a lot of his managerial decisions lately while working haven't made a lot of sense.
No. Haven't made too much of sense.
Again, they're working, but that doesn't mean they're making sense.
833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. When we come back, we're going to talk about Michael King. Michael King is set to return for the Padres tonight. It's expected to start. No roster move yet. I'm sure we'll get one before. I don't know if we're going to get one before we get off the air, but, we usually get it around like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon when that officially becomes official. But Michael King is expected to pitch tonight. What do we think of Michael King coming back? We'll talk about it when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97 through the Fan. Baseball coverage on 97 through the fans, presented by T-Mobile. Head to T-Mobile.com and get a great deal on an iPhone 16 Pro. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's number one sports station, 97 through the fan. Full shows all week. Wow. No day games.
First time in a while, actually.
That's right. It's
First
nice
time
to
we
have the
haven't been
Wednesdays.
preempted.
Yeah. We got one more preemption
We got one preemption.
and one
in
no-show.
Yeah, we got one preemption in 2 weeks, and then next Thursday is no show.
The Brewers game. Bark at the Park number 6, it says, for the promotion for that one. I didn't know they had multiple Bark in the Park nights.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out.
Wait, what?
When is Bark at the Park?
A Wednesday? Where it's a 1:10
Adam.
start? No, here we go.
Adam, can we do the show from the game, please? Please.
You got to get a theme game ticket if you want to be able to grab your pup and head down to Petco Park. Bark at the Park theme tickets must be purchased.
I just want to pet the dogs, man.
Well, you got to get a ticket for that.
If we're going to be there, if we're going to be doing the show from the
But
game.
there's a certain section that the dogs are in. Got to buy a ticket for those seats.
Come on, man. Just let me pet
I don't make the rules. Take it up with the Padres.
Just let me pet the dogs, man.
What if that pass works for that area?
I hope so.
So where's your ticket? I got this. Ha!
It works for darn near everywhere else.
This is my pet every dog and get away with it badge.
Exactly.
Never seen one of these?
I need that. I just need that. I need the pet. I need the pet a dog and get away with it badge.
Pet
for
every dog
everywhere.
I want and get away with a badge.
For everywhere I go. I just need it.
Jocelyn's got a sweet Labradoodle for you that you could pet, I guess. Frank is too excited about
I'm
this.
happy.
You should see every time Chemo from Quezon brings his dog.
Oh, yeah.
Frank is elated.
I am Angie's best friend.
I didn't even know what Chemo's dog's name was.
Angie.
Frank's on a first name basis now with Angie the dog.
It's a one-way first name basis for obvious reasons.
Oh, Angie doesn't know your name?
She can't say it.
How do you know? How do you know her barks are not saying Frank? I think it's a fair question.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point.
You guys are on a first name basis. That's cute. Nice. I like that. I like animals. I don't know if I do not love animals. I do like animals. I did have a dog before it passed away.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
It sucks. It's the worst. It's the worst.
Yeah, it's called purchasing a personal tragedy is what buying a pet is.
You got like within 10 years of a
Yep.
nasty tragedy happening.
You are purchasing a personal tragedy.
But there's a lot of love mixed in between.
Oh God, there is. There definitely is.
Go adopt a dog today.
Please do.
All
And
right.
give them to me. I mean, what?
Do you have any animals right now?
We used to have a dog. We're not allowed to have a dog where we're living right now. Otherwise, I would.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Can't smuggle the dog in.
No, because it's funny. Animals tend to leave like
Traces
little clues
that they're there.
that they were there. Yeah.
Smells and
Yeah.
marks.
It's
and,
funny how that works.
Yeah, that kind of happens, doesn't it?
I mean, unless I just want to get an invisible pet, I really don't.
I would probably ask for a new producer if that was the case.
Yeah, I would hope that
I would
you do
think
as
that
well.
you'd be mentally
I would hope
unstable.
that you would as well.
That will be a big giveaway. Here's my imaginary dog. Adam.
Help.
I'm not doing the show today.
Help me. Help me.
Frank's calling in sick. All right. Michael King returns today. Allegedly. Reportedly.
No,
I'm going to say reportedly.
He is scheduled. He is on
He's on MLB.com. Good.
He
Just
is
waiting for the
going
roster
today.
move now?
Yes.
All right. Michael King's going today. Padres ace coming off the injured list to start Tuesday against the Reds. It's his first start since August 9th and just his second since May. He was sidelined for over 2 months with a nerve impingement near his throwing shoulder, then had a brief return derailed by left knee pain that required fluid drainage. Before injuries, King was 6th in the National League with a 2.59 ERA coming off of a 2024 season where he was 4th in ERA and dominant in the postseason with his historic 12 strikeout, 7 scoreless innings debut in the wild card. Padres view King as a major factor in their October hopes. He insists he's ready to, quote, win every time out, not just ramp up. King worked his way back through simulated games and minor league outings, focusing on command, mechanics, and fielding. He's determined not to treat these starts as rehab appearances. How do we think about Michael King pitching tonight?
Solid outing. I don't think he's going to go.
How far do you think he goes?
4
How far do you
innings,
allow?
maybe?
How many pitches do you think they allow him to throw?
65 to 70.
I'd give him 75 pitches.
I mean, you would hope that would be the case, but I see him going, probably getting taken out in the 4th inning. If all goes well, if he pitches the way we know Michael King can pitch, I see middle of the 4th, 65 to 75 pitches. He's out.
I think he goes 4 innings. I hope he goes 4 innings. I am hoping that he goes 4 innings. If he goes anything more than 4 innings, I think it's a major plus.
Absolutely.
For the San Diego Padres. And I think he needs to be able to make these 4 starts and get to a point where in his last start of the year, whenever that may be, maybe it's against Milwaukee, maybe against Arizona, he's at a point where he's getting to 6 innings. Because he needs to be able to get through the lineup in a playoff game multiple times, especially with your 3 and 4 guy with being Darvish or Cease. You're thinking about just them going through through the batting order once. You're going to use your bullpen a lot with those guys. You need somebody to counteract that. It's not going to be Nick Pivetta. He's your game 2 starter, in my opinion. It has to be Michael King. But here's the other question. With a healthy Michael King anchoring the rotation, are the Padres suddenly a top contender? It's hard because he hadn't pitched all year.
That, and I also don't think...
On paper, maybe... But he hasn't pitched all year.
That, and I don't think the rest of the starting rotation is up to that task.
You only need 3 guys.
No, I know that. But again, Darvish just had his best start. This is his, 13th start of the year? It took him 13 starts to have his best start of the year. And Dylan Cease, we've seen what he is all year. And you don't know who your number 5 starter is because it's a rotating deal every single week.
You don't need a number 5 starter in the playoffs.
No, I'm just saying, but that's a guy.
But we're talking about the playoffs now. I don't really care about the regular season.
No,
so
I know. But as far as the number 5 starter, if you go to the divisional series or the championship series, you're going to throw 4 starters. Definitely
you
the
only
championship.
Need 3 in the division.
Definitely
series.
The championship series. You're going to throw 4 starters. You may throw your 5th starter out to piggyback with your 4th. So yeah, you kind of do need 5 starters. That is an option you have.
I think the bullpen is better than the 5th starter right now. I think there's guys in the bullpen that are better than the 5th starter.
I agree.
I mean, well, the other thing too is you could load up on a bull. You could get more bullpen arms instead. I mean, you can make the roster however you want.
Yes.
I don't think you're going to see Nestor Cortez again.
No, he's hurt for the year. He's
I know
done.
what I'm saying. They're not going to see him again. I don't know what you do with JP Sears. I don't really trust him in a game. I mean, it's going to come down to, would you rather have JP Sears pitching or Yuki Matsui in a playoff game?
The answer is going to be Matsui right now.
I mean, for one inning, either JP Sears or Matsui. That's a tough, and they're both lefties. That's a tough rock and a hard place with some of those guys. And maybe it's Randy Vasquez, because remember we went through. But it might be two of those guys now, because now you don't have Jason Adam. When we did this exercise last time, only one of those guys was making the team, and now with Adam being hurt and Cortez being hurt, all of a sudden might be a little bit more JP Sears and Yuki Matsui as part of the deal. It shouldn't be Alec Jacob. I would tell you that right now. And I said that right when Go Aztecs actually put it out. Let me ask this question too. And I think we might be doing this. Are we as Padres fans overestimating one pitcher's impact after a long injury layoff? I think there's a lot of people, myself included, that just think Michael King's going to come back and be what he was last year.
No.
When he has not pitched the entire season.
No, it takes time.
Right. So
he needs this ramp-up period.
But even then, I think people might be over. Is it enough? Like, is 4 games enough for him to get? Because last year was like the most he ever pitched. Got to that point. I'm just saying, like, are we overestimating one pitcher's impact after a long injury layoff? I think we're overestimating a little bit. And I think we have to just set in with reality of what his outing might be tonight against Cincinnati, especially his first one.
Aaron Gonzalez in the chat. What are we doing here?
I don't know.
What
I don't even want to. I don't even want to acknowledge. What do we do?
Why are we trading? By the way,
stop. Stop it. You're using logic with an illogical YouTube message. The show, don't take the show off the rails in the first hour.
The comment was, for those of you not on YouTube or listening out in Radio Land, trade Pivetta and Suarez. That was the comment.
What, during the off season? What are we talking about here?
But anyway,
by the way,
back to
Padres off season. There was an article that we're going to talk about later today about how the Padres are the most interesting team going in the off season again.
Again,
shocker. I think the Padres off seasons and trade deadlines drive ratings for MLB. I don't think I'm really on a limb like that.
No.
MLB needs the Padres.
Because AJ Preller's a wild card.
Yeah, it's great. Non-stop entertainment. Should the Padres trust Michael King to be a postseason ace right away? He's only made one full start since May. Is it risky to expect him to be dominant right out of the gate?
It honestly,
that's why he needs his 4 starts.
Hold on. Give me a second here. You carry on. I want to try to sort something out here.
He's got to pitch one of the first 2 games. As of right now, you're going to be playing a wild card. So whether you go Pivetta 1 or Michael King 1 doesn't really matter. They're 1 and 2. If you get to game 3, that's when you need to use a number 4 starter, because you're going to need your number 4 starter to start the divisional series, which would be, Dylan Cease, I guess.
Now, what I was working out here, I don't know if somebody's already posted it and I just missed it, or if the Padre rotation remains as is right now. Michael King is going to pitch tonight,
okay,
Sunday the 14th against the Rockies. So to close out the homestand, he's going to finish out that.
Okay.
The middle game against the White Sox in Chicago, that'll be Saturday. And then Friday against the Diamondbacks to open up the last series of the season.
When's the
day offs are on the 15th and the 25th.
When's the playoffs start?
I'm assuming the 30th, I believe.
October 1st or September 30th? I got to look up
I believe it's the 30th.
NL wild card.
I think the wild card series, they only get a day off. It's like a normal travel day schedule for them.
Postseason playoff bracket dates. That would be game 1 would be on Tuesday, September 30th.
Yeah.
All
so
right,
that's 4 days rest. So he would most likely be your game. Actually, no, because who's pitching tomorrow?
It's Pivetta, isn't it?
Yeah,
No.
Pavetta's pitching tomorrow.
Is he pitching tomorrow?
Yeah, Pavetta's pitching tomorrow. So there's going to have to be some sort of manipulation of this rotation using the days off in order to get King and Pivetta on normal rest, which now means it's more crucial to start winning these games to make more games, quote unquote, meaningless as far as getting into the playoffs is concerned. So you can run little to no risk in manipulating your starting rotation in order to get it ready for the playoffs.
That last series, I could see the Padres throwing whoever.
Oh yeah,
Arizona.
100%.
I mean,
but you would
that's
also
probably like not even, with a couple off days mixed in. I mean, there's probably you could push people back.
Yeah, there are definitely ways to do
so
it.
you said Tuesday, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
It's
would
the
be 14th.
The 14th against the Rockies, and
1,
then he
2,
doesn't
3,
go
4.
until Saturday, the 20th against the White Sox, and then it'll be the 26th against Arizona if they stay on track. And you got to remember, again, Pavetta's going the day after. So Pavetta's opening up the series in New York. He's going the second to last day of the year.
What you could do is you could skip one of the fifth guys or whatever, because you got the off day on the 15th.
Yeah.
So you could have.
I'm just saying that
you could sit one of those guys, and then all of a sudden, King's pitching on the 19th.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
pitch up to the 24th, which would then set him up to pitch on the 30th.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's without manipulating the rotation, which they're going to do. If they just go the rotation straight down the line, those are the days he's going to pitch.
He's going to have extra days off.
Yeah. They are going to manipulate the rotation to get them ready for the wild card series, get them where they want to be. Which then that also now raises the question who you're going to have pitch game 1 of the divisional series if you make it that far.
Well, that depends on if you play the third game or not.
Right.
Like I said, if you in your ideal world, you're going to go King and Pivetta, and then Darvish gets game 3. That means Dylan Cease is pitching game 1. Or you go Cease game 3. I'd honestly rather would have Cease pitch game. Well, because it's like winner take all, and you got Dylan Cease on the mound. Are you kidding me? You can't trust that right now. Not with the season that he's had. Not with the playoffs that he had last year.
All right, 2-game sweep of the Cubbies inbound. Go Darvish. Go Darvish in game 1. King 2. Pivetta 3.
You could do that. I mean, you could start game 1 of the wild card with Darvish.
But you'd have to win both games of the wild card.
No, I'm saying you go wild card game 1 with Darvish.
Oh, I was saying
and then you go
divisional
King game 2, and then you go Pivetta game 3.
Yeah.
If you need it, and if you win the game with you, or whatever, you win the 2 games, then Pivetta can start game 1 of the DS.
I'm not pitching.
Why not? Oh, because you're catching. Because you're a catcher.
I am a catcher. I'm also not under contract.
You work for the Padres flagship. That should count for something.
It should. I mean, I don't have a jersey. Neither do you.
I got one.
From the team?
They gave me a City Connect one, yeah.
Okay, we need to get on that.
It's number 22, though. Which
Adam.
I'd rather have number 27. So if they do, and it was a great gift, if they do for the next City Connects, if they do gift us the jerseys again, which would be great.
24, please.
I would like 27. I would like 27. Not 22. And the best part is that was the same year they traded for Soto. So then everybody at the station got the 22 because it was the year.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the year.
And so it was like, oh, look at all the one Soto. I don't remember superintendent. Who is that? What Padre is that? I don't remember him being on the team. I have gotten that a couple times when I've worn it.
Superintendent Chalmers at your service.
That's right. Folks. That's right. So lots of question marks with the rotation. I do think there's a little bit of we're just assuming Michael King's going to be back and be nails. And he's going to need a little bit of time to get up to speed. But even the 4 games, I don't know if it's enough for him to be dominant in the postseason. Maybe he is. Hey, here's the other thing. He's fresh. He's fresh. You can say that about Michael King. He's fresh. So maybe that helps them out a little bit. I don't know. Padres having depth Maybe, not really, but do they have a true ace? I mean, is Michael King a true ace right now? I think we were hoping he could be one. I just have a lot of like solid pitchers, but they don't. I don't know. Like Pavetta's been solid, but he's not an ace. He's like a 2 or a 3. Michael King is like right now like a 2. I mean, I wouldn't really consider him an ace. I hope he turns into an ace. And that leads to another question too of like, are you trying to re-sign him next year? Just like the entire season. How much money are you going to have to give a guy like Michael King to stay? Or are you willing to go try to get somebody else?
Fluky injuries, though.
I know. That was the other thing that we've talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he's
got
elbow issues, right? Yeah, it's just slept wrong in Atlanta. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. When we come back, we'll talk more Padres baseball. Obviously, we do that a lot. And Sean Lewis answer some questions about their game at Washington State. We'll get to that as well as we continue. 1 hour in the books. Braden Surprenant Show off and rolling on a Tuesday. San Diego Sports Station 97 through the Fan. Can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays at the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Stream your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long, starting at just $30 for your first year. That's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Padres beat the Reds last night in extra innings, 4-3. It's a fun one. Good for the Padres. Good for the standings. Good for the playoffs. Playoffs? Padres' magic number to make the playoffs is now 12. The Brewers' magic number to make the playoffs is now 2. They are 2 games away. If the Brewers, I think there might be even some clinching scenarios today for the National League playoff picture.
Yeah, so that would be if the Brewers win and so the Phillies lose today, then they would make it.
That is correct. Hang on one second. There should be some
probably Phillies and Cubs, honestly, because it's for the seed and then the division.
All right, Brewers have a clinching situation. If the Brewers beat the Rangers and the Reds lose to the Padres and the Giants lose to the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers lose to the Rockies, the Brewers have clinched at least the 6th spot.
Well, there you go. Dodgers ruined the parlay. Thank you very much for playing. We'll take your sucker bet tomorrow.
You could do the parlay bet. Nice little parlay bet on the, what's it called? On the Brewers clinching tonight. If you're a Brewers fan, would you do that parlay just to see if he clinched?
Until you said the Dodgers lose to the Rockies, yeah, I would have. I probably would have.
You're acting like they haven't done that this year.
Brother, let's be honest here. They are not beating the Dodgers in LA. That's not happening. They were leading while getting no hit and still lost.
Every time that you speak that into an existence, it usually the opposite happens. Remember we said that you can't expect the Rockies.
Shut up, man.
You can't expect the Rockies to beat the Dodgers ever?
Bro.
That's not a bad parlay right there.
Well, now it's not going to work since you just outed the whole bit.
It might still work.
Oh my God, that's not how it works.
How it's going to work is the Giants are going to beat the Diamondbacks. That's going to be the one. It's going to be the one that you for sure think. You know what? The Padres will lose tonight or something. That's going to be the one that kills the Brewers, clinching the 6th spot. I think that's the only playoff clincher scenario right now for baseball. I'd have to look at the American League. Do we even care about the American League? I don't really care about the American League. Is there any reason to care about the American League until
World Series?
Late October when we're thinking about ghosts and goblins and stuff?
No.
And Michael Myers? I do miss like Will Myers being on the team because when they would go to Dodger Stadium, they'd play the Halloween song on the organ when he came up. Is that supposed to be like degrading? That's kind of sick. I'm sorry. That's kind of cool. Like, why would you do something cool like that for the opposing team? Now betting Will Myers. It was sick. I don't think that's trolling. I think that's kind of cool. If I was Will Myers, I would have changed my walk-up song to just that all the time. I just need Bobby Cressy to do it. That's it. I want the organist for Petco Park to play this for me, please. Anyway, that might be the only tie-breaking clinching scenario. Winning number, yeah. I mean, in order for the Blue Jays to clinch a playoff spot, their magic number is 11 to clinch a playoff spot in the American League. So the National League is a lot closer to getting teams clinched than the American League as of right now. Padres' magic number, again, is 12. So a win tonight and a Giants loss, that number will go down to 10. A win tonight will get them down to 11, minimum. There you go. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We'll try to get back to your phone calls. I want to get to some of the things that Sean Lewis said on his press conference yesterday as he recaps the game against Washington State, which was, I thought, abysmal. But let's hear from the coach. Sean Lewis against Washington State. What is his takeaways after watching film?
Obviously, bad night up in Pullman. Need to coach better. We need to play better. We need to work our process better as we go. There's some positives on tape to where, Lucky still shined early on when the game was in hand. Thought the O-line did a nice job controlling things for 3 quarters as we went, being balanced there. I thought our defensive third down plan was really good. There's some bright spots in the kicking game as well, but obviously the bright spots too few and far between. The guys have come back in already this morning. We've cleaned up the tape. They've shown the culture of this team, which I believe is really, really strong in their response today. They came in with energy. They leaned into it. They took the corrections. There's a good look in their eye. They were intentional. They were focused. So we got a dose of humble pie there. And now we got 14 days to sit with this poor taste in our mouth. And we need to get better. We need to use it as fuel as we go, because I truly believe that we have a good team that had a bad night. We need to be better as coaches, and we need to play better as we go.
I like what somebody in the chat said. Breathe.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Breathe, Sean. Take a breath.
That is completely unedited.
Take a breath.
Completely unedited answer, by the way.
Let's all take a breath together. Breathe in. And breathe out, Sean. It's going to be okay, buddy. Relax. Jeez. High stress. Coaching in college football. It is. I do agree with some of the things he says. Here's the other thing, too, I want to get away from Sean, and I'm going to get to play a couple more things about Sean Lewis. He is saying all the right things, but again, the team is not doing all the right things. I mean, yeah, a lot of coach speak in those answers. A lot of coach speak. I like the process. I get it. Yeah, it's fine. You're going to start losing people on saying that over and over and over again when the results are different, and the team doesn't look very good. He is teetering on people not being able to believe him on the coach speak stuff. Like, I love the culture of this team and the way. Yeah. It's all fun to say, but you got to start doing it. We talked about this with the Padres. You can say all the things you want. This is a big actions over words show. Are we not, Frank? I mean, we are a big 100%. Actions over words show. They've said all the right things. They need to start doing some of the right things. Sean Lewis, I don't care about what he tells the team after a loss like that. They don't need to be told anything. They know. If you got the culture that he says they have, they know. What went wrong during the game, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, there was an egregious penalty that we cannot have on special teams, right, which often goes overlooked, right, to where there's a fair catch call that's made. We have a really good core team guy who went down and made a foolish mistake, and so that 15-yard penalty sets them up in positive field position, and because the ball's in positive field position, then they go down and score, and then we have to do a better job responding as we go. Obviously, there was moments there where offensively there was too many 3-and-outs because of play calls by me, and that then we have the defense out on the field for too much and we can't get the momentum back to our sideline. Did a poor job managing the middle 8, which ultimately led to 16 points. And with where we are as we continue to mature and as this team continues to learn how to win, which is a unique challenge each and every single week. As you look around college football, like, it's very hard to do, right? And I think at times we take that for granted, that these kids who have a lot that's going on in their lives, that we just expect them to be robots and to go out and just win every single time, right? Like, there's a ton that goes into it. We got to do a better job managing all of it throughout the course of the week so we can have better preparation and process. And then when adversity hits the way that it has, whether it's small in the game or it's large because we didn't get a desired outcome, we look downward, we look inward, we refine our process, we do that better so that the scoreboard, the next opportunity that we get, comes out the right way.
They weren't very good in the middle 8. Does everybody know what the middle 8 is? You know what the middle 8 is, Frank? For everybody out, the middle 8's the final 4 minutes of the first half, the first 4 minutes of the second half. If you dominate those middle 8, you usually do a really good job. They sucked in the middle 8. Their final 4 minutes were rough. Their first 4 minutes in the second half, awful. They got their ass kicked in the middle 8. They need to be a lot better in the middle 8. I mean, that's a fact. And honestly, if you look at that game, that was a lot of middle 8 problems for San Diego State. Too many Celsius, John. Yeah, absolutely. Calm as Sean. Sean, calm down. Yeah, just keeps going and going and going and going. You're not going to like this answer then. We have to play it, though. There's a lot of people that want Jaden Denigal out of the starting spot now after last week's game as the starter and his decision-making. Here's what Sean Lewis had to say about Jaden Denigal. Ready? Let's all take a big breath. And here it comes.
There's game reps that have to be accumulated. There's time on task that has to be spent with the receivers so that we can have the timing in the throw game that's needed. There's situational understanding and mastery that needs to come. And there's living the lifestyle of, hey, man, like probably wasn't as sweet as he thought it was after the first week. And it's probably not as sour as you think it is right now. But we got to get better regardless of what all the outside noise is, right? Like the positive praise from 2 weeks ago, the negative criticism that he's probably feeling now, right? Like it's just noise at the end of the day. And so, you know, put your headphones on, put your blinders on, and let's go back to work, and let's continue to grow, and let's continue to get better.
As he tries to grow through, what is he struggling most with? Is it the quickness of defense? Is it progression?
No, guys. No, I mean, it's his decision-making process is sound. You know, the timing and location and time on task with the receivers so we can connect on balls and you know, have a higher completion percentage is something that we need to continue to refine. I mean, you know, and then again, just situational mastery, right? Like there's an opportunity there on the 4th and 3 where he knows from in the moment, as soon as he made the decision, like he climbs in the pocket, he's up and out, he's got room to run. And so, hey, like that's an opportunity to run, get the first down, we get a new set of downs, and then we extend the drive, right? So he'll learn from all those opportunities as we go, and no one has spent more time in this building from a player standpoint than him, and he's willing to commit the time that's needed to grow his craft, and he's got a great leader in Coach Johnson helping him, and obviously I'm involved in that process as well.
On that particular 4th down play, what do you think he processed there? I mean, it looks so obvious that you can get that first down, then he decides to throw. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you know, probably being a little bit more greedy than needy in that situation, right? There's also a receiver that's open, and he missed a throw, right? Like he makes the throw, everyone's going, wow, what a great throw, right? You know, and so it's like, again, cost-benefit analysis of it all, like just, hey, have a better understanding. Again, it's 4th and 3, right? The most important thing there is to get a new set of downs, you know, but again, that's the lesson to learn, right? That's what's part of it, right? Like success is sloppy at times, right? And success is always a lagging indicator after mistakes are made, right? Like doesn't matter what the craft is, you gotta put some blemishes down. Unfortunately, as perfect as we want it to be, again, like we're all human.
I understand that to an extent. I mean, you got to give the kid a little bit more time. I mean, 2 starts and that's it would be kind of ridiculous. It's not like you have a solution ready to go right next to it. I mean, it's going to be some growing pains for San Diego State football. Done with Washington State, got a bye week this week, and then they're on the Cal. And Cal's good. And Cal's going to be a little bit more of a problem. But 2 weeks to prepare for Cal. Let's see how the San Diego State team responds after having a bad outing in Pullman. And as Sean Lewis has said, even though he said it very fast, if this team has the culture and everything that they say they do, and they think they can bounce back, and they said they're a good team that had a bad game, we're about to find out how they do against Cal on September 20th. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Or get your phone calls. We'll talk more Padres baseball. Take a look at how we did in the college football picks. We participated, apparently. More to come on the Braden Surprenant Show. 11:18 on a Tuesday. Talking some college football here mixed in. We got some Padres baseball as well. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night at 11 p.m. for Odyssey's annual I'm Listening program, which aims to spread awareness about mental health. Talk saves lives. I'm Listening features some of the biggest names in sports and music. For more information, visit imlistening.org. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. All right, we talked a little bit about, we had some Aztec stuff. And Sean Lewis talking about their game at Washington State. How are we doing the picks this week? Well, it's tough with the spreads. I mean, that's why if you were good at picking spreads, we wouldn't know you were good at picking spreads because you would not be here. You would be somewhere living lavishly for all of the gambling wins that you would have. We both lost the Iowa State. Iowa State didn't cover. Is that what it was?
Right, correct. Iowa State did not cover.
But they won. So, we have a lot of the games that we picked correctly in terms of who won, but we're not doing who wins. We are doing against the spread. So, Iowa State over Iowa. Skyler got the win. Me and Frank lost. Baylor beat SMU in overtime. We all lost. Oklahoma State did not cover against Oregon at all. We all lost.
It drives me nuts that I scratched out Oregon twice.
You said you couldn't do the spread.
I couldn't do the spread.
And I told you eventually it does happen. Those guys do cover every once in a while. And did they cover.
Eventually it happens.
It does happen.
You said,
a decent amount.
Who won this game? Who won this game?
Oregon.
No, I mean between us. Who won this game?
We all lost.
Oh, none of us. That's right.
Us.
Yeah. So,
but
none of us went for the
You
spread.
can't have the philosophy that you can't ever pick the big spread because it happens more times than you think.
I didn't think it would happen against another division, against
another Power 4 team.
Yes.
I'm surprised they didn't just fire Gundy on the spot. I mean, he was about to get Lane Kiffin on a tarmac in Eugene. Find your own way home, buddy. 69-3?
Then he took his shirt off and all was forgiven.
No, I don't think so. Not anymore. I'm a man. I'm 60 is not as cool as I'm a man. I'm 40. Let me tell you that.
No, he did. He took his shirt off in a post-game presser recently.
Good for him. I saw, being a Big 12 fan, my X feed has a lot of different Big 12 accounts on there. Mm-hmm. There's some Oklahoma State ones that were they remember the 0-10-1 year or whatever it was. And they said, well, at least that team competed. This was the most embarrassing loss I've ever seen.
Yeah, this wasn't
in
good.
Oklahoma State history. And they had some they've gotten blown out by Tech in the past. They've gotten blown out by other. This is an embarrassing loss. I mean, they were 2 years ago a win away from making the college football playoff. And they choked it in the Big 12 championship game. And now they're at a point where they are losers to Oregon 69-3. That's insane.
Awful.
Skylar and I were right on the Kentucky game. They covered.
I was right to pick Ole Miss, but they did not cover.
I think Kentucky was going to keep that game close. Ole Miss wins 30-23. Kansas and Missouri. Missouri is able to cover over Kansas. And for a little bit, Kansas was about to win. Kansas turned back into Kansas football very quickly.
That has absolutely nothing on the miracle turnaround that comes up later in this.
Arizona State loses at Mississippi State. Frank was texting Sam Levitt as he was not playing for the Arizona State Sun Devils.
I was not happy.
No, you were pissed about that game.
I was very, very annoyed at Sam.
Skylar and I picked correctly. Skylar and I are in on the we're pretty good on the SEC ones, except for Vanderbilt, who shocked the world and just destroyed Virginia Tech. Sun Devils lose 24-20. How about what's his name? Kyle Dillingham, or what's it?
On a last minute fluky play, by the way. I mean, a guy got open.
But Dillingham was talking about at Arizona State. He's like, yeah, you just can't assume that we're gonna make the playoff this year because we made it last year. Could be around 6 and 7.
So brother, you're ranked number 12. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, based on what the AP people say.
Sure, we'll get to that.
We're going to get to that in a second. Michigan loses to Oklahoma. It's hard to win. Boomer Sooner. John Maytier looks good. Oklahoma really good in the transfer portal with quarterbacks. Ben Arbuckle, they look good against Michigan. How about Michigan's $12 million freshman quarterback getting in fights with guys on the sideline?
Love it.
Week 2, always great. Michigan drops to 1-1. Me and Frank win. Skyler loses that game. Vanderbilt goes to Vatek and gets a victory, 44-20.
44-20. It was 20-10 Virginia Tech at the half.
Great job, Hokies.
And then Vandy comes out of nowhere off the top rope.
Great job, Hokies. UCLA can't beat UNLV. We knew that was going to be the case. UCLA sucks.
They're
They
so
are
bad.
beyond bad. They are so bad. Why can't San Diego State play UCLA this year? I mean, they're a dumpster fire.
What was it? San Diego State actually just mutually agreed with, I think it was Louisiana Tech, to cancel their games.
That wasn't San
the
Diego
upcoming
State.
years.
That was somebody else.
I
did see that. I mean,
I could have
some...
swore I thought it was San Diego State canceled some of their games in the upcoming years.
I didn't see San Diego State. I've seen other Power 4 schools do that. I'm waiting for Oklahoma to cancel with San Diego State. Because Oklahoma's got like this 2-for-1 with San Diego State that starts in 2027. So the Aztecs are expected to go to Norman in 2027. And
it was San Diego State.
They canceled La Tech.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech and San Diego State mutually agree to cancel 2 future games scheduled
2033 and 34.
28 and 29, leaving only the 33 and 34 games left.
That's why I didn't see it, because they're still on there. They just canceled one of their games.
No, they canceled. They canceled
the
first. They canceled the first half of the series
of their 4 games that they were going to play.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a wasted game for San Diego State anyway. Yeah, but I'm waiting for them to. So they're supposed to go to Norman in 2027. Oklahoma's supposed to come here in 2029, and then they're supposed to go there in 2031. I'd be surprised if Oklahoma plays those games, but I digress.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you want to come to San Diego?
Because you can go play somebody good. I mean, the SEC's got that new rule where they want you to play a Power 4 school and stuff. So
a Power 5,
5. I don't think San Diego State's going to solidify that for the SEC.
What does the P stand for in Power Act 12?
The more they lose, the less likely I'm going to call them the Power.
They won. Unfortunately, it was at the expense of San Diego State, but they won this week.
Yeah, you can't even credit UNLV for beating UCLA because they're in the Mountain West. So take that for what it's worth. And then we all lost the Aztec one because they laid an egg against Washington State. You and I went 4-6. Skyler had a frank week of 3-7.
Mm-hmm.
I still lead the field, 1 game above 500. Skyler 1 game under. Frank's got a hole he's got to dig out of.
And
your mom went 5-5.
No, she didn't. She did not go 5-5. She went 6-4.
Oh, 6-4. Nice. Yellow pants.
She is, yeah. Mm-hmm. So again, she didn't pick the week 0 games because she got in on this late. But she's what, a game over 500. She's 11 and 9. Oh, 2 games over 11 and 9 right now.
All right, fair enough.
It's not fun around my house right now.
She knows more ball than you.
Shut up.
Just saying.
Shut up.
That's why picking these games are just such a crapshoot against the spread. We got some takeaways from week 2 of college football. I'm going to get to this real quick, and then we'll talk more about the AP debacle and then get more to Padres baseball. ACC, the Big Ten, look pretty good. Both conferences are showing depth beyond their usual powerhouses. Florida State, Miami surging in the ACC. Illinois and Indiana impressing early in the Big Ten. SEC looks a little shaky after some close calls and some upset losses. How about Nick Saban the other day? I think it was on Saturday, or maybe it was not, but he was on national television in an interview talking about, I think it was Friday. It's last Friday, because I remember reading this. Yeah, you should just have your mom pick for you. Sure, he picks out your clothes. Might as well pick. Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul.
You know what? I'll allow it.
That's
I'll let the boys play. Let the boys play. I'll allow it.
Nick Saban talking about how the NIL and the new NIL rules are unfair because they favor the Big Ten more than the SECs. Like before, like people wanted to come to the SEC because of like the tradition and all that other stuff. And now with every other school spending money. Now they just go for the money. Nick, did you just admit to everybody that the only reason why anybody was going to SEC schools was because they were the only ones paying kids? Did you just admit that out loud? I think you did. I think you just admitted that out loud.
Oops.
Are you telling me some kid from Southern California just really loves Starkville? Are you telling me that? Oh, man, these cowbells are great. I just, what's not to love about being in Starkville, Mississippi? God, I really love Knoxville. What a town, man. Aside from Saturdays in the fall, they ain't nothing to do in Knoxville. I'm going to tell you from experience. There is nothing to do in Knoxville except for Saturdays in the fall. Hey, man. Auburn, Alabama. That's a great place to be. You telling me this? They were going for the passion? It just means more? No. BS. SEC was the only conference paying kids to go play. And now that everybody can do it, it's not fair anymore.
Brother,
like they say, like the scene from Remember the Titans. Oh no, football's not fun anymore. Oh, it's not fun anymore. No fun, sir. This is not fun anymore. It was fun when you were paying everybody. It's not fun anymore. Not when Michigan and Ohio State got bleep you money and they could just pay for whatever they want. Their $12 million quarterback that they have. Not fun anymore. It's not fun anymore. And the little private schools have a bunch of oil money and are just pumping money into their schools. No, that's not fun anymore. It's unfair advantage to the Big Ten schools. Are you kidding me, Nick? He knew what was going on. He knew the cupboard was about to be dry. He understood that other schools were going to start spending money now for players. And all of a sudden, with an even playing field, or more even, it's not fair. It's not fair anymore. Give me a break, Nick. Are you kidding me, dude? Not fun anymore, SEC, is it? Does it really mean more now?
Brother just messed up the bag for everyone.
Is it still fun, SEC? This guy's still having fun? We're just so more dominant than everybody else, and we just got it. It just means more down here. The hell it does. You just were spending money. You got, what's his name? What are we calling him? Jimmy Jimmy sounds like a used car owner, car dealership owner anyway. Jimmy Chevrolet down in Tuscaloosa could write some checks for some players where nobody else was doing it. How about the SEC right now? I mean, Ole Miss 2-0, Arkansas 2-0, Auburn, Georgia, LSU doing pretty well. They've jumped out to good starts. And again, back to the AP poll and how dumb it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 schools out of the SEC are ranked in the top 25. Stupid. Who have they played? Probably nobody, Paul.
Austin P.
Austin P gave Georgia a little bit of a run. Hey, Jimmy's Gumbo Shack, proud sponsor of Alabama football. It's not fun anymore, is it?
Come on. That would be Bubba Gump Shrimp. Let's not. It's Bubba Gump Shrimp.
That restaurant was started by a Don, by the way. I digress on that.
I went to the one in San Francisco, actually.
Nice. I'm telling you, it was started. All right, I'm moving on. Big Ten looks pretty good so far. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams ranked in the top 25. I don't think the ACC is that great. I mean, Florida State and Miami, yeah, but they got 3 schools ranked in the top 25. Big 12's got 3. 11 schools in the SEC being ranked in the top 25 is utterly ridiculous. You're telling me Missouri is that good? Really? Like A&M? By the way, A&M's great. It's not November yet. Texas A&M sucks in November. Just wait till November. They'll finish 8-4 like they do every single year. Other takeaways. Oklahoma State crisis. Cowboys 69-3 lost to Oregon as their worst defeat since 1907. Mike Gundy's program is reeling. 10 straight FBS losses and questions about his future. Why is he still coaching there?
Because he takes his shirt off every now and again.
Because he won games as a quarterback at Oklahoma State back in the day? Why is he winning? Why is he still the coach? I mean, they're going to get left behind in college athletics if they continue to just keep rolling that product out there. Getting beat 69 to 3 is ridiculous for any. And I know Oklahoma State's not that great. You're a Power 4 school. South Florida, American Conference statement. Bulls beat Boise State in the first game. Florida in back-to-back weeks. They face Miami next. How about the CW getting a ranked matchup of USF and Miami? That's going to be great.
Never in their wildest dreams did they think that was going to be a top 20 ranked matchup.
USF going to sweep the teams in Florida.
That'd be legendary.
I would love to see them beat up on Miami next week.
Especially when they get $300,000 from Florida to win in Gainesville.
Great.
That's so good.
Speaking of Florida, Billy Napier on the hot seat again. Costly late game mistakes, undisciplined penalties led to a devastating home loss to USF, dropping Napier to 20-20 as a head coach of Florida. 40 games in, he's 20-20. Brutal upcoming schedule makes his future uncertain. Let's see who the Gators are playing. It's this fun. Florida. After losing to South Florida at home, you ready for the next 4 games, Frank?
Hit me.
Oh, my God. They go to Baton Rouge on September 13th. So this Saturday, they're at LSU,
Go
who's
Tigers.
number 3 in the country. And then after that, they're going down to Miami, who's number 5 in the country. And then, oh, wait, it gets better. Guess who's coming to town after they travel to Miami?
Probably Georgia or Tennessee or
The
something.
Texas Longhorns. And guess where Florida gets to go after Texas? They get to go back to Texas. They got Texas A&M on the road, 16 in the country. Then they got Mississippi State. Might be feeling themselves as being Arizona State. Hey,
there you go.
Hey. And then they host Georgia.
Hey.
They go to Kentucky.
Ah.
And then this is how they finish the season. At Ole Miss, 17 in the country. Home against Tennessee, 15 in the country. And then they host Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. There is no way Napier survives that. There is absolutely no way he survives that. There is no way. I'm telling you, played Long Island in week 1. You won 55-0. You got South Florida on your schedule before you play basically every team in the top 10, or really top 15. And you're 1-1. RIP Florida Gators. It's been fun. They've been eliminated from everything at this point in time. There is something an AP voter said that makes me want to pull my hair out. And it really, you know what it does? It confirms what I said about him yesterday. What is it? We'll play what you had to say when we come back and get to our sports thread. Braden Surprenant Show. 11:41 on a Tuesday. I'm talking some college football here. A little bit. We'll get back into Padres baseball in the next hour. We got some things that we want to get through with the NFL as well. Lots to talk about in the sports world. Padres win it last night 4-3 in 10 innings. Great to see. It'd be nice to not go in extra innings, but Padres found a way to win last night after being down 3-0. We'll get more of that and get to our sports thread in just a little bit. I did see this pop up today, and it's not just Haley Sawyer. And honestly, I look at Haley's ballot. It's not the worst. I mean, there's some like head scratchers in there, but it's some of the attitude of some of the AP writers. And we got one in town. Like Kirk Kenny's a good guy. And I look at his ballot. His ballot's fine. It's not all of them. But there's a lot of AP voters that I swear don't watch the games. They don't. They don't watch the games. And some of their answers that they give on like their ballots are just head scratching. Now, again, it's not just Haley Sawyer. Haley Sawyer writes for the Southern California News Group. So she's a local, relatively local product here in Southern California. She has an AP vote. She covers USC. That's her affiliation. The AP ballot is always all over the place. But it was something that she said in, I guess it was like some type of Zoom call interview that was major head scratching for an AP voter. Here's what Haley had to say.
But as far as what my votes are and what my process is, I wake up early in the morning after covering a game late in the night before. Don't want to go too much into my progress or process or logic, but I will say I appreciate everybody's interaction on social media and all of your feedback. There's tons of people that vote on the AP poll, and it's not a perfect system, but at the end of the day, no matter who you pick, it does even out because there's so many people who vote. And like I said, it's really fun for discussion. It doesn't, probably matter in the end, but I'm glad that people are having a really good time with it.
That last part is what gets me every single time. It doesn't really matter. Why do you even care? Basically is what she's saying. She flat out said, it doesn't really matter in the end. You have a AP vote. You have an AP top 25 vote. This impacts the start of the season. This is why I think the AP top 25 to start the year is dumb, because how it's going to affect, at the time they went and beat X team that was ranked in the top 25 on the road. And then that team went 5-5 the rest of the way out. I mean, come on. Talk about somebody that doesn't appreciate having the vote that she has. That's just one person out of this group of the AP voters. And there are a lot of voters. She is right in the sense that there's a lot of different voters in there, so it kind of balances itself out. That's why you try to get as many of these voters as possible. But the fact that she just it doesn't really matter. I mean, I would rather have people that take pride in wanting to be an AP voter and take it seriously.
And she said what she's doing it for. She said it in there. Mm-hmm. She's doing it for social media interaction. That's what she's doing it for. She doesn't care about anything else. That was the one thing that she made the most abundantly clear during that whole 40-second soundbite was, oh, thank you so much for everyone who's commenting and stuff on my social media. Really? That's what you're doing it for. You've alerted that you are doing it just for clicks and no other reason. Right. You're doing it for clicks and interaction. That's it.
Which is not what everybody else on this poll is doing. But you start looking at something, and I love that College Football Reddit puts out the poll every single time. Because you look at some people's ballots and you go, what are you possibly thinking right now? Because when you fill this ballot out, you were telling me that you think if so-and-so played so-and-so head-to-head, this team would win. That's how you fill it out. That's how you put together a top 25. Who's better? They played each other. Neutral site, home and away. It doesn't really matter. But like she said, it doesn't really matter. Like Go Aztec says, unfortunately, it's just like the Hall of Fame baseball voters that makes it about them and not the players. That's another reason why I've said for so long, I don't give a bleep about the Hall of Fame. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't make it. I like the historical sense of it, but it doesn't matter. People now do not treat it, at least the ones that vote, not everybody. It's not everybody, but there's too many media people that think about themselves more than they think about the bigger entity that they are representing in this particular voting. You look at Haley's ballot. She's got Florida ranked 14th still. USF, not in the top 25. She's got Baylor ranked 25. Auburn's 2-0. Auburn went to Baylor and won. Not ranked. I mean, just like head scratch, like they forget about some teams. It's crazy to me. It's also dumb. It explains a lot of why the ballot that we have for the AP Top 25 is the ballot that we have. This is why they probably shouldn't create a ballot until later in the year anyway. All right, enough about that. We got to get to today's sports thread.
You know that group chat? The one that's always blowing up with the biggest sports takes, debates, and breaking news?
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me?
Yeah, we've got that too. Welcome to the Sports Thread, where we break down the top 5 stories in sports, just like you would with your crew.
Oh, no! Disaster! What a bad idea!
No filters, no silence, just real talk.
All right, what do we got today, Frank?
We have a good amount of football stories coming to you today.
Number 1.
Texas coach Steve Sarkisian quickly dismissed a question about Arch Manning's health after social media video of Longhorns quarterback set off a weekend of speculation. A reporter said Monday that Manning, quote, appeared to be having throwing pains, and Sarkisian cut him off. Sarkisian said, according to who? Arch said that to you? The reporter responded to Sarkisian that he had not spoken with Manning. Video circulating on social media appeared to show the quarterback grimacing in pain as he threw. Do you think there's anything to that, or is Sarkisian covering for his quarterback?
Well, so the reporter asked about an injury that has not been reported, or just going off of him grimacing on a throw.
Yes.
That's dumb on the reporter's part for asking like that.
I agree.
Super dumb. So I could see why Sarkisian got a little mad about that. I mean, you never know. There's times when you're playing and like you're not injured, but it's
you're just grunting,
hurts.
trying to get that extra effort.
Not only
too.
that, but like there's going to be a lot of plays where they're not going to be 100%. They're going to be banged up in general. I'm on Sarkisian's side here. It's like they don't have any listed report. He's not injured. It's not, it's such a reach of a question right there. I there might be a little bit to it. Maybe he is a little bit beat up or he hurt himself in some way. But until he says it or the school says it or somebody talks about it, if they don't have anything on the report, you shouldn't be asking about it.
Texas
the question should have been like, hey, he looked like he grimaced on a couple of throws. Is there anything there? Is he okay?
Yeah.
That's the way you ask that question. Come on. Be better.
There you go.
Number 2.
San Francisco 49ers know that they will be without star tight end George Kittle for a little while as he deals with a hamstring injury, but they also could be minus starting quarterback Brock Purdy for this weekend's game against the New Orleans Saints. Coach Kyle Shanahan said on Monday that Kittle will sit out for, quote, a few weeks because of a right hamstring injury he suffered in Sunday's game against Seattle. Though that announcement was expected to be given, Kittle sat out for most of the game because of the injury. Shanahan added that Purdy has left shoulder and toe injuries, with the more serious one being the toe. The ailments are serious enough that the Niners don't know yet if Purdy will be available on Sunday against the Saints. Are the Niners in trouble if Purdy cannot go on Sunday against the Saints?
No.
Or beyond?
I don't think Purdy's very good. I think he's okay. I think you're about to see how good he really is with the amount of money that they paid him and therefore not being able to pay for other players that they let go. You're going to see it. So far, I mean, he looked okay against Seattle. He made a couple of good throws. He made a couple of very bad throws too. The only player that is the most important for the Niners is Christian McCaffrey. If Christian McCaffrey is not healthy, they suck. When he's healthy, they're a lot better. It's plain and simple.
Agree.
Not having Debo now, Ayuk's banged up. Like now, George Kittle. Like Brock Purdy's the least of their problems. Seriously, he is.
Yeah, when you put it that way.
I don't think it's that much of a difference between him and whoever's right behind him. And that pisses people off all the time because they love Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is okay. He was surrounded by talent, making $1 million. Now he's getting paid. Talent is gone. Let's see what Brock Purdy really is.
Yep. This is where you're going to show it right here.
Number 3.
Russell Wilson will remain the quarterback for the New York Giants for Sunday's game against the Dallas Cowboys, as confirmed by Brian Daboll, who said this yesterday. Daboll had been non-committal on Wilson retaining the job after his performance in Sunday's 21-6 loss to the Washington Commanders when the Giants did not score a touchdown. Daboll said in his video conference call on Monday with reporters that there was never a serious decision despite rookie Jackson Dart waiting in the wings. Do you think the Giants are just delaying the inevitable at this point?
I wouldn't have Jackson Dart start yet. I think he probably will start by the end of September, maybe in October. But like after 1 week, you can't. You gotta roll with Russell Wilson for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
The Giants, you'll know better than me. You watch the Giants. The Giants are not in a position to throw a rookie quarterback out there and get him killed.
Nope. And this is why
you let Russell Wilson go out there and do it.
This is also why I had no idea why you not only drafted a quarterback in the first round, but traded into the first round to draft one when you already signed Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. It made no sense.
I don't mind drafting the quarterback of the future if you want him to spend 1 year under Russell Wilson or whatever and like build around him later. I think
then
that's
why'd you
fine.
sign Jameis Winston?
You needed to see who could play better. You're trying to protect the guy. You want him to learn. You don't need to throw him to the wolves. Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston are going to be thrown to the wolves. You don't care if they get hurt. You don't. Right? And if one of them goes down, you don't want to go with Jackson Dart. You don't want to get him killed. But maybe like Jackson Dart more than you like Arch Manning. From the Arch Manning perspective, if that's what the Giants really wanted, I know their fans did, it doesn't make sense. But in terms of drafting a quarterback, having him develop for a little bit, and then play him when you build the O-line and build weapons around him, it's not a bad move for them. I would try to go with the season as long as possible without having to use Jackson Dart.
I agree 100%.
Number 4.
Really quick, Mississippi State has been fined $500,000 by the SEC for its fans rushing the field following their win against Arizona State. I hated this. I hate field rushing.
You were so upset about this.
I'll explain later, but $500,000 out of Mississippi State's pocket.
And guess what? They don't care. They'll just write the check and be like, hey, we had a fun time. Storming the field, to me, might be old now.
It is, because it's lost all meaning.
It's ran. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of kids want to be a part of something. We'll talk more about that. We got some NFL talk as well. More Padres baseball in the noon hour.
San Diego, it's time to fire it up. From the beaches to the ballparks, from the Gaslamp to North County, no one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime use.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
New lunchtime hour on 97.3 The Fan, brought to you by the Craft Taco. Both flavors at 2 locations, Sereno Valley and inside Balboa Park's Natural History Museum. I went to Craft Taco yesterday. I got an Al Pastor taco, one of the mini ones. Didn't want to get a big one because I also got the California burrito. No pico. If you haven't seen it, you can check it out on my social media platforms. Tweeted it out at B_SURP, at BSURP on social media. Also, it was tweeted out by the Braden Surprenant Show account. You could check that out too, at B_SURP show on X. And it was on my Instagram story, which you can follow me by the same handle, at B_SURP. Follow me on social media. If you haven't done so already, give us a like on the video. We really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed yet to the 97.3 The Fan station account or the Braden Surprenant Show page, please do that on YouTube. Also, you can follow us or you can subscribe at youtube.com/@B_SURP. We really appreciate that. That was good. It's good to have Craft Taco on a Monday. What a great start to Monday. Great start to the week, having some Craft Taco. So we had that. Let's get to, are we ready for the, you ready for the week 1 whip around?
Can be.
You got highlights for that or no?
I do not have highlights.
Do you want to punt on the whip around till a little bit later?
Sure, we could do that.
All right. Maybe we'll get to the week 1 overreactions, buy or sell for the NFL.
Sure.
We could do that. We'll do the whip around in the 1 o'clock hour. We got some Padres baseball we want to talk about as well. But NFL music? Ha-ha! Buy or sell NFL overreactions for week 1. All right, Frank, you're going to set these up?
I will.
All right, so let's get to the first one. It involves Kansas City and the Chargers from last Friday.
All righty. So Kansas City looked flat in Brazil, falling 27-21 to the Chargers. With rookie injuries, Rashee Rice suspended, and the Broncos also looking strong. Some think the AFC West crown could finally slip away, but Mahomes and Andy Reid have consistently solved those problems mid-season. Buy or sell, the Chiefs' days of dominating the AFC West are over.
I will buy the sense that their days of dominating the AFC West are over. I will sell the Kansas City Chiefs won't win the AFC West this season. I don't think Denver is good enough to beat Kansas City. I think the Raiders have improved. I don't think they're good enough to outlast Kansas City. And the Chargers like to choke all the time. So I don't really think that the Chargers are going to win the AFC West either. So the Kansas City Chiefs won't win the AFC West this season. I will sell that. Chiefs' days of dominating the AFC West officially over. I am buying that. I don't think they're going to dominate the AFC West. I don't think they're going to dominate the AFC. And again, same thing. When you start paying players that are aging, your roster gets a little bit changed. Those guys have to take over. And we'll see what Kansas City can do with that. That's my overreactions for the Kansas City Chiefs. On to the Miami Dolphins. Chris Ello's Dolphins. That was rough on Sunday.
Yeah, it was. Miami was blown out 33-8 by the Indianapolis Colts, with Tua struggling and a banged-up defense that couldn't stop Daniel freaking Jones. Doubters think that this team is broken beyond repair. If the season spirals, could they be drafting their quarterback of the future at number 1? Buy or sell, is Miami officially a front runner for the number 1 pick in the 2026 NFL draft?
I don't know if they're that bad yet, but they looked really, really bad.
They did.
Is Miami officially a front runner for the number one pick in next year's draft? No, because Carolina still exists. Carolina was also bad, and they played Jacksonville. Kicked their ass, and Jacksonville's not very good. I would say they're not the front runner, but they're definitely in contention. I think they're in the hunt. Tua was bad. Tyreek Hill's a circus. I mean, Mike McDaniel might get fired at the end of the year. How quickly does that change, by the way?
Yeah.
NFL, you know what it stands for? It stands for a lot of things. The other one, one of them is not for long. They will get rid of you quick.
Absolutely.
So I'm selling it, but ask me in 3 weeks. Carolina looked bad too. Carolina exists. Who else is bad after the NFL Sunday that I saw? I didn't think the Jags looked good, even though they beat up Carolina. They're not very good.
Could be the team that's the focus of number 3 on our buy or sell overreactions.
Yeah, they weren't very good either. They looked bad. Detroit didn't look very good. Also, Green Bay kicked their ass.
Yeah,
I was a little surprised by that. That was even like Micah Parsons got a sack late, but that was New Orleans sucks too. That game was close, but they suck. All right, number 3.
Russell Wilson looked completely cooked in a 21-16 loss to Washington. The Giants' offense is lifeless, and their rookie quarterback was already active as the backup with the design package. Could Daboll pull the trigger early? Buy or sell is Jackson Dart taking over as the Giants starter within the month?
Yes, I will buy that. Here's the other report. I'm going to go back to Miami for a second because Adam Klug sent us something. Sources around the league believe Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel and general manager Chris Greer may not survive the season if they don't turn things around rather quickly. Did we not just talk about that?
Love it.
He's going to get fired. Miami's going to fire everybody. They were so bad against Indianapolis, a team that is also not good. Daniel Jones beat your ass. That's bad news. And it's not like he's new lease on life. He's in Indianapolis. Like, they have a great roster. They're okay. That was an embarrassing loss. All right, back to the Giants, where I'm sure a lot of their fans would wish they saw that Daniel Jones play for them. Jackson Dart will be the starting quarterback for the Giants first week of October. So I'm going to sell it, but I think the first week of October, he will be the starting quarterback. And I think that's even with the Giants trying their hardest to make sure he's not, to protect him from getting killed.
I'm going to sell it because I think they're going to wait as long as possible. The Giants have been really quick with quarterback changes. See how Eli Manning's streak ended. I think they're going to wait probably too long for this Jackson Dart move, so I'm going to sell that as well. Number four for the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns and led a dramatic win over the Jets, but Pittsburgh was outgained, needed a 60-yard field goal, and the offense looked shaky. Is this a real contender or just a great story for week 1? Buy or sell? Is this Steeler offense truly ready to carry them past the wild card round?
No. You want to know why? Because I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to make it to the end of the season.
Exactly right.
I don't think he's going to make it to the end of the season. He looked good against the Jets. It's a reason why Frank calls them the Jettropolitans. The Jets are not good. That Jets defense used to be really good when Robert Saleh was there. Robert Saleh's not there anymore. That Jets defense sucks. That Jets team in general sucks. I will say this about the Jets, though. The Jets are the only team to let Justin Fields play like Justin Fields and utilize Justin Fields as the player that Justin Fields is. I was talking to our guy at Kayson, John Flint. He's a big Bears fan. Last night was probably rough for him. He said, I wish Justin Fields played like that for the Bears. And I said, the Jets are actually letting him play like he's supposed to play. I don't know what the Bears have been doing. We didn't even have an overreaction to the Bears because it happened on Monday night, but the Jets are not good. I think it's fool's gold with the Steelers. Let me know how they do against Baltimore or anybody else that's good in the AFC.
I'm just so sick and tired of people thinking that Aaron Rodgers is what he was.
He's not.
He
said
not
he
even
was.
what he was.
He said he was
ago.
in the post game.
What
He's
is
so
he going to
arrogant.
say? What is he going to say?
Everybody here, the Jets, thought I was done.
Yeah,
you kind of are, big dog.
Yeah, no, you are done.
He hasn't really done anything in the last, I don't know how many years. I mean, he hasn't really done anything since he beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He won some MVPs, but playoff Rodgers has not been good.
No.
Didn't win multiple championships. I mean, we want to talk about quarterbacks that have won championships. I mean, he won one early and then never won one since.
Just go on another retreat and just forget to come back.
Yeah, do whatever you, I don't know.
Just forget to come back. To one of his former teams, Green Bay dominated Detroit while holding the Lions to 246 yards, while Jordan Love played efficiently. There were a young, talented team. They were
English are hard. Foul. It's Tuesday, Frank. It's not even like late in the week.
I did the foul.
I heard it.
They were a young, talented team last year that couldn't beat NFC elites. This statement win suggests that things have changed. Buy or sell. Are the Packers officially the team to beat in the NFC?
No, I'm not really going to say that. That would be a massive overreaction. I'm going to sell that. Until somebody knocks off the Eagles, it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're better than the Green Bay Packers. That might be it, though. I think Washington's not bad. Washington didn't play that great against the Giants, but they're not bad. I don't think there's a lot of good contenders in the NFC West. I mean, Arizona beat a bad New Orleans team. The LA Rams are okay. San Francisco's beat up already. I don't think they're that great. So they're close. I think the Packers are close. I don't think they're there yet. I think there's teams in the NFC East that are better than the Packers. Would have to be their deal.
I'm going to say this without throwing up, hopefully. The NFC runs through Philadelphia.
It does until somebody beats them.
Exactly.
But they looked very vulnerable on Thursday against the Cowboys. They're not like dominant. They traded for Tank Bigsby yesterday, which is crazy.
Yes, they did. They've been all over the place as far as new additions to that team, even since training camp ended.
What did I say about Caleb Williams before yesterday's game?
He's not good.
Well, I don't think he's very good. I said if Caleb Williams can't win with this team around him, he's never going to be able to win. I can't believe they lost last night. In fact, I didn't realize they lost until this morning when I jump on the air and one of the Vikings fans was fired up about the Vikings. I was like, wait a minute. Last time I checked, they were getting their ass kicked. Bears fumbled it. They gave up 21 unanswered points.
I messaged you last night. I said, I don't know which one is more sad. And this is when the Padres are down 3-0. The Padres insisting to play under their potential, or sitting in this voice chat listening to my Bears fan friend just call out every single mistake and every single thing that the Bears were going to do wrong 10 minutes before it happened.
Your friend who's a Bears fan said on the pick six for Chicago
that they were losing the game.
They were going to lose the game.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he said on the drive, the first of the 21 unanswered, he said, Minnesota's going to drive here. They're going to score a touchdown. Bears are going to go 3 and out. Minnesota's going to score again. They're going to win the game 20-17.
JJ McCarthy didn't look very good either.
No, and those memes were flying all over the place yesterday too. JJ McCarthy, when he doesn't have the opposing team's playbook, it was incredible.
JJ McCarthy he looked okay. I mean, he didn't look like, but here's the thing with JJ McCarthy. He's got a great head coach in Kevin O'Connell. Think about that for a second, but think about quarterbacks. This is why I don't think the Seahawks are going to be good, because Sam Darnold's their starting quarterback. Kevin O'Connell with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has a great year. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Great year. Vikings play really well. Kirk Cousins goes to Atlanta. Awful. Michael Penix Jr. is now the starting quarterback in Atlanta. Sam Darnold, the kid from SC, who won a state championship at San Clemente High School, who had never, ever panned out in the NFL. Think about all the teams that Sam Darnold had played for. Played for the Jets. He played for the Giants, too. I can't remember.
No.
Carolina. Played for Carolina.
Minnesota.
Finally got to Minnesota. He had failed everywhere he had been. He goes to Minnesota, and he becomes a dude. For who? Kevin O'Connell. And so now you have J.J. McCarthy. He's set. J.J. McCarthy's set. Yeah. Sam Darnold, Jets, failure. Panthers, failure. Niners, failure. Vikings has a great year. Great year. Gets a contract. Now with the Seahawks, no more Kevin O'Connell. He's 0-1. I'm telling you, Kevin O'Connell is they're going to be fine with J.J. McCarthy. He looked okay. Didn't look very good. Finished 13 for 20, 143, couple of touchdowns, a pick. Didn't do better. I mean, Caleb Williams had a decent night, except he was 21 for 35. J.J. McCarthy will be fine because he's with the quarterback whisperer, which is Kevin O'Connell. He's going to be fine. The Vikings get the win over the Bears. Bears are in trouble. We'll see. I mean, they're getting a new offense in there with the new head coach, and they got weapons now. DJ Moore and Roma Dunze. And I mean, you go down the list, they can run the ball. You got DeAndre Swift. I mean, if Caleb Williams can't win with this team, he can't win. Period.
He almost got more killed last night.
Yeah.
There was a hospital ball in the fourth quarter. He almost got him killed last night.
That's right. JJ wins games, except when he plays a team that's purple. In the Fiesta Bowl. Then he takes a fat L. Hold this L. All right, moving on. When we come back, there's some things that happened from last night's Padres game I want to get back to. Part of the daily newsletter involves the Padres and the postseason. 18 games to go. They will play tonight against Cincinnati with Nick Pivetta on the hill as Michael King's on the hill. I was thinking about tomorrow. Nick Pivetta pitches tomorrow. Michael King is on the hill. We talked a little bit about Michael King earlier, but there's some other things that we want to talk about. How much of a boost will Michael King really provide? We'll try to answer that question when we come back and get your phone calls. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. We're going to try to get a contestant for the Midday Sports Standoff. If you can take me down in sports trivia, you'd be qualified for a chance to win our grand prize, a trip to see the Eagles at Sphere Las Vegas, including 2 tickets to the show on January 30th, a 2-night stay at the Venetian Resort Las Vegas, a Vibe VIP package, and a $100 gas card. Eagles have added 2026 shows to the band's residency at Sphere in Las Vegas on Friday, January 23rd, Saturday, January 24th, Friday, January 30th, and Saturday, January 31st. The residency now features a total of 48 shows from Friday, September 20th, 2025 through Saturday, January 31st, 2026. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. We got a fun question today.
We do. Another NFL-related question as well. Those are a lot easier.
Yes. There you go. Somebody's calling in. I'd be willing to bet Braden and Frank will talk about food for an hour or so starting soon. Do we think that? We're already in the new lunchtime hour. We haven't talked about food too much. I mean, I love talking about food, but that's just going to make me hungry. I did go to Craft Taco yesterday. It's good stuff. I had a lot of people DM me about the place too. I was like, yeah, it's over in Sorrento Valley. It was easy. Rolled up, ate my food there, went to practice. It's great. Great time. Oh, I know what I was going to talk to you about. We have beef. Frank.
You're right, we do, because I still don't have tortilla chips.
Well, you know what? You will get tortilla chips when
He draws the foul.
you're about to get a foul.
Why am I about to get a foul?
Because our guy Nicky P is upset with you. Not Nick Pavetta.
Okay.
But Nicky is mad at you.
Why?
He said, I can't believe, man. You know what? I follow Frank. I get I go a follow request for Frank on Instagram. I add him. I believe in the NASCAR thing. He's a big NASCAR guy.
Okay.
Right? Big college football fan. You've met him multiple times now. And he said, Frank never added me back. I looked at the ratio to make sure it was still good between the followers and the following. He's like, I don't know what I got to do to earn Frank's friendship. But right now, I'm a little upset.
On what?
On Instagram, big dog. You didn't follow Nicky back on Instagram? That's a foul, dude.
Brother, I'm sorry. I'm not going to follow everyone.
He draws the foul.
That's a foul, dude.
Every single person who sends me a message isn't going to get a follow back. Just know
Come
that.
on, man. Do it for Nicky.
Where is he? I don't see him now.
He's on there. You can find it. Now he's guilt following him back. Frank's the guy that will add you and then wait for you to add him back and then unadd you so you can get more followers than people you're following. You one of those guys, Frank? Really?
No.
That's that. You know what? That's like the AP voter.
I'm looking in my requested messages as well. I'm not seeing.
You didn't see the follow request? I don't know, man.
I don't have follow requests on.
Or you didn't follow him back though. That's all he's saying.
I don't.
That's a foul on you for not following him back.
I don't have follow requests on, so that's.
Well, he followed you already. You have.
I was going to say
if
you want to follow me, then that's fine. I'm not going to. You don't have a request in there.
Not following him back. Yeah, Frank, big timing, dude. I agree, Nate. What a big timer.
I know. I'm awful.
That's getting to his head.
The worst guy ever, right?
I bet you if Mr. Met followed him, he'd follow him back.
You're such a jerk, you know that?
Big time Frank. I can't believe this, Nate. I can't believe this. Terrible.
You know what, Nate? Before you start, I'll follow you back too.
Oh, you know what? Now's a great time to follow Frank on Instagram. He's going to start handing out follows. F Marks with a Z 324. We've called him out now. We've called him out for this.
No, Instagram, you cannot have access to my contacts.
Yeah, that'd be a shame. You'd see all the people that follow Frank, but Frank doesn't follow back.
Yeah, there it is.
What a great friend he is.
I know.
Come on, man. That's a foul.
The worst person ever.
You upset Nicky, dude. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
You guys were going to go to NASCAR in Coronado together. It's going to be a great time. I saw friendship brewing. He's a little upset.
I'm working on it. Relax.
San Diego Padres We have an interesting topic of discussion when we come back. They are, again, the most interesting team this offseason. I don't like talking about offseason stuff while the season is still going on, but there's a lot to pay attention to. In fact, there was a huge article on it on MLB.com. I think the Padres drive ratings when it comes to A.J. Preller and his wheeling and dealing. There was also a couple of things that might play out in the offseason that I never thought would actually happen. What am I talking about? We'll discuss when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show. All right. We're going to get to the midday sports standoff in just a little bit. Do want to talk more about some Padres baseball news. I don't like diving into offseason stuff too much during the regular season, but some of these articles have been coming out already, like the way too early free agents. There's also like other things that have popped up about the offseason, mostly for teams that are definitely not going to be playing in October. Padres are more than likely playing in October. We've talked about the math on that a lot. We don't need to get more into the details. But let's go through it. The San Diego Padres, again, are the most interesting team this offseason. Where have we heard that before? I don't know. Maybe every offseason. You never know what A.J. Preller's going to do. And the Padres are heading into an offseason that could define their future. This was laid out by Mark Feinsand on MLB.com. A.J. Preller, once again, at the center of attention. After pulling off a chaotic trade deadline, 5 deals, 22 players, the team has a strong offensive core, locked up long-term, but faces major questions on the pitching side. Got your core lineup locked in. Fernando, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, Jackson Merrill, Jake Cronenworth are all under contract through 2030 or later. Ramon Laureano's option, according to Mark Feinsand, said will all but surely be picked up this offseason. At $6.5 million, that's a steal for a guy like Ramon Laureano. But until they do it, you'll never know. Sounds like his option will, in fact, be picked up. Gavin Sheets, Freddie Fermin are under control for a long period of time. And even though it's probably not the best, Yuki Matsui is signed under contract from an offensive perspective, or from a deep pitching side, but you might be stuck with that contract right now. I don't think he's opting out anytime soon. Now, here's where you look at the pitching uncertainty. Dylan Cease and Michael King, the top 2 starters, are free agents. Robert Suarez is expected to opt out of his contract. Yu Darvish is 39 years old. Joe Musgrove returning from Tommy John surgery, and Nick Pivetta is having his career year at age 32. But he's only got a handful of years left. You have Jason Adams' injury, and you have Wandy Peralta potentially opting out now. A limited bullpen depth create more questions. I mean, this is the last year of Jason Adams going into next year, and he's going to miss a significant amount of time. I want to talk more about the Wandy Peralta situation, actually. I mean, is that a situation in which we all just assumed he was going to opt into his contract? Now, it's not an option, but he can opt out after, I think, every year of this deal that he's on. I'm pretty sure. At least he's got select years. Wandy Peralta right now can opt out after each year. He's got 3 years. He's got 2 years left after this year for $4.45 million. He's 34 years old. Has Wandy Peralta in 2025 pitched well enough to opt out of his contract? I think for a lot of people that sounds crazy. He's 6-1 to the 3.39 ERA this year. That's lower than his career ERA of a 3.82. Wandy Peralta has been great for the San Diego Padres. He had better numbers in New York for the Yankees, all sub-3 ERAs. But this year, 3.39, he had a 3.99 with the Padres last year. I mean, in his career, he's put up good numbers with the Padres. 9-3 with a 3.62 ERA in 110 games pitched in a Padres uniform. I mean, that's pretty solid for Wandy Peralta, especially a guy that had like one blow-up game in New York. Is that enough for Wandy Peralta to opt out of his deal? And if he opts out of his deal, would you be upset about it? I probably wouldn't be. I think Wandy Peralta's done a good job. It might be one of those situations where it's a thank you for your service. Frank, do you think Wandy Peralta opts out at the end of the year now with the season that he had? He can. Do you think he'd get more money than $4.45 million?
He probably could. At his age, how old is he?
He's 34. He's He just turned 34. It'd be like, so his age 35 and 36 season, he's got 4.45 guaranteed if he doesn't want to opt out. Bullpen pitchers usually don't make as much money. Yuki Matsui's getting 5.75 next year and 6.5 the following year.
Because you're paying him like a closer that he's never going to be.
He's never going to be. He might opt out. Is that a problem though?
For the way honestly, I wouldn't if I were him. Because the way he's getting paid a lot more than how he's being used.
Wandy?
Yeah. So you could kind of make the argument of I'm either going to make more money and actually work, or I just kind of come in every now and again on mop-up duty and make more money than I ever should be doing what I'm doing.
How much money?
That's an argument that you can make.
How much money does Wandy Peralta have to get from another team to not stay with the Padres? Because honestly, if you're Wandy Peralta, you know the bullpen's loaded. You're not going to be one of the 4 guys in the back with Estrada being under contract.
Right, but he's getting paid like he is, though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he doesn't have to be the guy. He could just be here. He's going to be on a team that's competing. They got more young arms coming through. Wouldn't you rather be a bullpen piece getting paid like $4.45 million on a winning team? You don't have to be used as much than getting paid a lot more to be a setup guy on a team that's bad.
Yeah, that's my exact point.
Yeah, I mean, that seems more logical to me. Now, how many contending teams would want him? And are they willing to spend more than $5 or $6 million on Wandy Peralta a year?
Based off of this year, I would say somebody might bite, but I don't know. But again, that would be putting him in a role that he hasn't been in over the last couple of years. So I don't know. If I were Wandy, honestly, I'm staying. I would not opt out, especially getting older. He's a couple of years older than I am right now. I'm taking the money and enjoying myself in San Diego, honestly.
I'd rather be in San Diego too. I wouldn't be upset though if he signed somewhere else. That was just something I never thought would be the case. I mean, if you look at last year, if you look at the bullpen pitches last year, okay, I would not consider Wandy Peralta to be an elite bullpen arm.
No.
Right? I wouldn't really consider him to be an elite bullpen arm. If you start looking at elite bullpen arms, they're making like $10 million a year, right? Kenley Jansen, closer type, not very good anymore. He's age 37. He's okay. He got $10 million from the Angels. Tanner Scott, who's had a rough year, but was coming in as probably one of the best relief arms on the market. He got from the Dodgers $15 million a year. Is Wandy Peralta better than 40-year-old David Robertson? David Robertson got $6 million for Philly.
I would say no, and I think part of the reason why the Phillies were comfortable enough giving him that money is because they know what he is, because he's been there before. So they're just getting him back, and he is playing a back end of the back end of the bullpen role for them.
Let me know if any of these players are worse than Wandy Peralta. Tanner Scott, no. Kirby Yates, age 38, got $13 million.
No.
Carlos Estevez. I'd probably rather have Carlos Estevez.
Yeah.
Jeff Hoffman. He looked pretty good against the Padres.
Yeah, Hoffman's having a down year up in Toronto.
But $11 million. Blake Trinan. I'd rather have Blake Trinan than Wandy Peralta. He got $11 million. AJ Minter, $11 million.
Minter's been on the IL all year. He's done.
Is Wandy Peralta an equivalent to Minter? Probably not. Aroldis Chapman got 10.75, closer type. Kenley Jensen, closer type, $10 million.
Did you see what turned Chapman around?
No.
The comment that he made about Connor Wong saying, he's like, all right, cool. So I'm just going to go up there, throw fastballs. First thing he gets from Connor Wong in the pitch comm, fastball in. He's like, oh, wait a minute. I can actually like locate this. I don't have to just go up there and throw it as hard as I can. Wherever it goes, it goes. I can think about locating this thing. And he said that's completely changed his outlook.
Jose Leceric got $10 million last week. Andrew Kittredge got $10 million. Jordan Romano, 7.75. 8.5, sorry. Canely got 7.75. Yimi Garcia got $7 million. I mean, Paul Sewald for Arizona, he hadn't had that great of a year.
No.
But he got 7. Like, does Wandy Peralta get $7 million?
No. No, especially no, because again, you're looking at him for the role that he's played over the course of these couple of years here in San Diego.
He's a mop-up duty guy.
Yeah, when he's had more of a back end, middle to back end of the bullpen kind of role, he hasn't thrived. But here in this spot, the way he is right now, he's been great. Got the win last night.
Who's better, him or Tim Hill?
Peralta.
Yeah, Tim Hill got $2.85 million. I mean, I'm trying to like kind of where they would be.
I don't see
Chris Martin. I think he's a lefty. Chris Martin got 5.5, which is relatively where he's at right now. Like, if you're Wandy Peralta, would you leave the Padres for an additional $1 million?
No.
No, neither would I. And I'm not like trying to make an argument that I really want Wandy Peralta back, but it sounds like he might opt out. I just don't know how much money he's going to I don't know how much money he thinks he's going to get. Where he's getting 4.45 here and going to be on a good team when he can go. You know, I guess bad teams don't sign bullpen arms like that, but I think it's an interesting topic of discussion for the free agency and budget. Roughly $152 million committed to 9 players for 2026. Padres could be pushing against the $244 million luxury tax. Their willingness to spend will dictate whether they bring back Cease or King or pivot to cheaper trade options as listed. We might talk about that more in the 1 o'clock hour, but we need to get to our midday sports standoff.
Welcome to Midday Sports Standoff on the Braden Surprenant Show.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
The ultimate head-to-head battle where sports knowledge and quick thinking collide.
No, it's no good. Are you kidding me?
Contestants will go toe-to-toe with Braden in a sports trivia deal where every correct answer brings them closer to victory.
Down the sideline! Wow! Unbelievable!
But 3 strikes and it's game over.
This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
Can you outsmart Braden? The Midday Sports Standoff starts now.
All right, Frank, who we got playing today?
Today we go up north with this one. It's going to be Alex in Del Mar. Alex, how you doing today, bud?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good. So today, again, it's going to be another NFL topic today. We're going to get a lot of those here in the upcoming days. There has been an NFL game played in 8 different countries. Which ones? So, Alex, you have the first one. You're the first pick.
Brazil.
Brazil, correct. Right.
All right. NFL games in other countries.
Yep.
Germany.
Germany, correct. Alex? Mexico.
Are these regular season games?
Yep. Regular season games.
I feel like they've played in Australia before, like way back in the day. Australia?
No. Alex?
I'm going to go England. They played in London.
England, correct. Alex, you are one correct answer away from at least guaranteeing yourself a tie, which means you will win. Braden?
All right. Games that they've had to have already played, right?
Oh, well, no, there's also
like scheduled games count?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they're playing like Ireland this year.
They are playing in Ireland. Alex, you can clinch it right here.
I think they played in Spain.
Alex, congratulations. Well, we're going to go and finish it here. Braden.
So he said Brazil. He said Germany.
We've got 8.
Ireland.
We have
United
8
Kingdom.
of the 9. We have 6 of the 8. Really, guys?
Who else do we have? You said no Australia?
Well, we live here for one.
Oh, you're counting the United States?
Hey!
That shouldn't
Yes. That's still. There's one more.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Alex, you have a chance to take it here.
Yeah, I remember the Seahawks played there against the Bills a long time ago. It was Canada.
Yes.
Congratulations, Alex. You have taken it. Hang on the line.
By the way, I just looked it up. They're playing in Australia in 2026, so that doesn't count.
You still lose anyway.
Doesn't matter, but that means I didn't get any wrong.
Well, congrats.
So I didn't get any wrong.
Like we count.
I didn't get any wrong.
Like we count the wrongs.
I didn't get any
Come
wrong.
on now.
No strikes for me.
No
I went
strikes.
unscathed,
Okay,
and
fine.
Alex won. It's the best of both worlds.
There you go.
The Rams are going to play there in 2026.
That's cool.
They haven't determined who they're playing yet. All right. So they're playing in 2026 in Australia. They've played 2 games in Brazil. They've played 4 games in 4 games in Germany. They're about to play their 5th. Interesting. They will play 1 game in Ireland this year. Minnesota will play Pittsburgh. They have played 5 games in Mexico, 1 in Spain this year. They will play.
Mm-hmm.
They've played a lot in the United Kingdom. I don't even want to count those. The USA Canada thing is a joke. You should have just made it 6.
Well, the U.S. is.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
It's
the US
international games.
Well, Canada is international, is it not?
It is, but
Well,
not
there
the
you
United,
go.
Not the United States. Countries that have hosted. You should have made that as like an example or something. Oh, yeah, like the United States.
You need to know. You need an example as to what a country is.
No, I didn't. But
Okay, what's the point?
USA being an option is a joke. And that was one of my answers.
What was one of your
hate
answers?
the United States.
Yeah, I know it was.
It's
and you
a-
said it. You
it's a
got it
stupid
right. You got
answer.
credit for it.
It's a stupid answer.
No, it's not.
Should have
You
been
got it right.
international games. Should have been international countries. Not
Well,
playing in the
what's
United
the
States.
question? That was-
Obviously, they play every single week here.
And honestly, that question has been up on this thing for what, 3-4 days now? So you could have said,
3
hey,
days.
I have a question here.
I don't look at that because then that would be cheating. I would know the question before anybody else does.
You don't know the
What-
answers, though.
Yeah, but I could like look up the question.
But you're so busy during the weekends and stuff like that that you don't
Hmm.
have time to.
I don't look at that because I don't want to know the question before. That's still an unfair advantage because then I have more time to think about it.
Oh, it is. You're right.
It's an unfair advantage.
But then again, if I don't put it on there, then
You're going to forget.
Exactly
You're
right.
going to forget what your question was, or what the answers might potentially be. Anyway, congrats to Alex and Del Mar. Just want to point it out, didn't get any wrong. I knew the Australia one. I knew they were playing there. I had played there. Got to question Frank's questions sometimes. Foul on Frank says EC money. I don't think that's foul worthy.
No, it's not.
It happens. Simple mistake.
Easy money's going to get a.
He draws the foul.
Guy really wants the
Easy
Eric
money.
Hosmer cameo. By the way,
Easy money
Kathy in
gets a
LA,
foul for-
Kathy in LA said she'd pay for the $50. She would totally pay for the $50 Eric Hosmer cameo. The real MVP,
Exactly.
Kathy in LA.
You the real MVP.
He does get to qualify for the Eagles at the
Yes.
Sphere, New York Mike. New York Mike only gets to qualify for the natural casings. Get that snap on the dog. We talked about the off-season stuff while Frank's collecting his thoughts. We'll see where the Padres had to go with that. I thought it was a very interesting article. Dylan Cease, Michael King, Luis Ariz, Ryan O'Hearn, Robert Suarez are all key free agents. Prospect capital is low after dealing 12 prospects at the deadline. Preller's farm system is thin, making trades harder. They have said that every single time. Big picture, according to this article from Mark Feinstein about the Padres, Executives believe Preller won't change his aggressive style, but it's unclear if this winter is about pushing all in or resetting for the future. I don't know if they can reset for the future or not. I think that depends on how they do in the postseason. One more hour to go on the Braden Surprenant Show for you, Legion to Gwen and Chris, and then EcoWater SoCal Padres pregame show with Sam Levitt. We'll talk more Padres baseball, get you the NFL whip around, and more in the next hour. Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego Summer Sports Station, 97 The Fan. All right. I saw this pop up on my phone on a notification from the ESPN app. It just proves that ESPN probably doesn't watch baseball. Is that really going out on a limb, Frank, with ESPN's coverage of baseball?
Are we still questioning whether or not they watch baseball or not?
I'm gonna get. I'm a fair guy, and I want to ask you to get the benefit of the doubt.
No, ESPN does not get the benefit of the doubt for anything from me.
All right, so we can say that they don't watch baseball.
Exactly right.
It's like we said the AP voters of the AP Top 25 for college football don't watch football. Not all of them, but some of them do. Now, this to me kind of proves that they don't really watch baseball. ESPN.com put together the most exciting player bracket. God. Do sports entities love brackets or what? They love Mount Rushmores and they love brackets.
You know what this is called in the ESPN big sports world?
What is this called?
A slow day. That is what this is called. It is called a slow sports day.
We've had a pretty good day today.
Oh, of course, because we have some sort
NFL,
of
college football.
Because we have some sort of, I don't know, what's the word? Creativity of ideas and ways to work things, you know?
It's true. It's true.
ESPN doesn't have the NBA to rely on right now. There's only so many times they could talk about how LeBron sneezes. It's only so many times Get Up can talk about LeBron and Dak Prescott before it gets old to one person.
Loving LeBron and hating Dak. On par for ESPN. All right, so they put together the most exciting player bracket. Here's the little description. But then they didn't have anybody vote on it. They just decided to do it themselves, which makes no sense because then why would they do the seedings that they did? I'll explain. 2025 MLB season has been packed with must-see moments from sports' biggest stars, whether you prefer historical home run achievements at the plate, strikeout mastery on the mound, or players who could do a little bit of everything. Baseball's most talented players have delivered in a big way. But who is the most exciting player in baseball this year? Now, with this year, I can see why some of these things have kind of played out. I would not consider really Fernando being one of the most exciting players this year. It's been a really
defensively
down year for Fernando and his level of excitement.
He's been on par defensively. Offensively, yes, but he's been way down.
He's been way more exciting in the past.
Defensively, he's
also been kind of down all year in terms of he's just emotionally been down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it was the most exciting player in baseball this year. To find out, ESPN put together their second annual 32-player bracket and asked our MLB experts to vote for a champion. If that's the case, that means who won the first annual? 2024 most exciting bracket had Jackson Merrill as the Padres representative. Last year, ESPN.com determined that Bobby Witt Jr. was the most exciting player in baseball.
Fair.
I think that's fair. If you go through the bracket that they had, they split it up a little bit differently. They had were Jackson Merrill losing to Ellie De La Cruz in the first round. Kind of a tough play. All right, so this is the second annual they've done this. The process was simple for them. They chose the most exciting player from each of the 30 teams with one wild card addition for each league, seeded them by the standings after giving Bobby Witt Jr. and Ellie De La Cruz number 1 seeds for making the finals of this bracket a year ago, and then let our voters decide each matchup. The final result are one superstar who could proudly wear the crown of MLB's Mr. Excitement for 2025.
Which means precisely what?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
There you go.
It gets people excited, I guess. When I tell you the answer to this entire thing, if you haven't read the article already, you'll just go major eyewash. So, the Padres representative this year, since Jackson Merrill's been hurt most of the year, is back to Fernando Tatis Jr. He got a 6 seed. In the National League, the 1 seed was Ellie De La Cruz. Bryce Terang got the 2 seed. Interesting. Kyle Schwarber, the 3. He's been on a home run tear. Pete Crow Armstrong, the 4. I think that's fair. Shohei Ohtani, the 5. Fernando Tatis Jr. 6, Juan Soto 7, Jung Hoo Lee 8, Mason Wynn 9, Corbin Carroll 10, Kyle Stowers 11, Ronald Acuna Jr. 12, Paul Skeens 13, James Wood 14, Brenton Doyle 15, Francisco Lindor 16. The New York Mets got the lone wild card team with Francisco Lindor.
Okay.
Do you care about the American League? I don't really care about the American League.
No.
Bobby Witt Jr. got the 1.
It was a good.
Aaron Judge got the 4. Scooble the 2. Vlad Guerrero Jr. the 3. I'm reading it anyway.
I'm gonna guess Cal Raleigh's gonna come out of the American League as the most exciting player.
He got the 7 seed.
Oh, for God's sake.
ESPN.com thought Bobby Witt Jr., Tariq Skubal, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Aaron Judge, Roman Anthony, Jeremy Pena have all been more exciting than Cal Raleigh.
Roman Anthony came up in June and is on the IL at the moment now after doing next to nothing.
5th most exciting player in the American League, apparently.
Aaron Judge has been hurt a lot of this year. Tariq Skubal, I understand. Who was number 3?
Vlad. Has he done anything this year?
No, he signed his contract. He signed an extension. That's all he's done.
The thing with the exciting part of this is I got to be like paying attention to what they're doing almost every day from a national perspective, right? Like, I don't watch a lot of Mariners baseball. Granted, they're on the West Coast, right? I know what Cal Raleigh's up to at all times. We know what the Big Dumper's doing. He's having a great year. It's easy to see that. Tarek Skubal on the Detroit Tigers. Everybody in baseball knows what Tarek Skubal is doing this year. Everybody knows about Bobby Witt Jr. Vlad Guerrero Jr., what has he done this year? I mean, I'm sure he's done fairly well. I mean, but has he been exciting?
He signed his contract extension. That's it. He signed his contract extension. Toronto's leading in the East, which is a foregone conclusion, at least as far as national media is concerned. Foregone conclusion. The Yankees are winning that every single year, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, it's been exciting for him, I guess.
We have now incited a riot in the chat. They're giving Mike Schilt impersonations. They're pretty funny. Bobby Witt Jr. versus Garrett Crochet. Witt won. Surprised? Moving on.
Garrett
he was the wild card. Tarek Skubal, Colson Montgomery. Do you need an answer for that? Moving on. Vlad Guerrero Jr., Gunnar Henderson. Vlad won. Aaron Judge, Byron Buxton. Judge won.
Wait. Vladdy won over Hendo?
Yeah. Gunnar Henderson got the 14 seed.
Well, again, he said rating it by the way the teams are in the standings.
No,
so
is that what they did?
Is that not what he said?
Yeah, that is what they did. I thought it was based on they said would they get the 1 seeds to the guys that made the championship last year in this deal? Jeremy Pena, Zach Neto. Pena won. Cal Raleigh Jr., Caminero. Raleigh won. Jacob deGrom, Jose Ramirez. Answer?
You're stalling because I have a feeling deGrom won.
No, Ramirez won.
Okay, good.
National League. Ellie De La Cruz versus Francisco Lindor. Who's more exciting?
Ellie,
he won. Bryce Terang, Brenton Doyle. Who's more exciting? Terang.
I would say Brenton Doyle for the fact that he hasn't just up and left yet.
Dinger's more exciting than Brenton Doyle. Terang won that one. Kyle Schwarber, the 3 seed against 14 seed James Wood. Who's more exciting?
Schwarber.
It's Schwarber. As painful it is for you to say that, it's Kyle Schwarber. How many home runs has he got? Like 40 or something? Something ridiculous.
Yeah, good for him. 4 in a game. That's what won him that.
That's right. You sound so depressed now. Pete Crow Armstrong. Well, that will really get you upset. Versus Paul Skeens. Who's more exciting?
Paul Skeens.
He won. Upset. 13 seed.
Of course.
Shohei Ohtani, Ronald Acuna Jr. Who's more exciting in 2025?
Really?
Who do you think?
It's Ohtani.
It's Ohtani.
Thank you.
Fernando Tatis Jr. versus Kyle Stowers. Kyle Stowers, the San Diego guy.
Fernando.
He won. Juan Soto, Corbin Carroll. Juan Soto won.
Oh, for God's sake.
Juan Soto is not more exciting than Corbin Carroll. I'm sorry. What is exciting about Juan Soto?
Ball go far.
He walks.
Ball go far.
When he doesn't walk, here's what it says. Why Soto is here. The criterion for this bracket is being the player we'd most likely pay to see play. And nobody's getting paid more than baseball's $765 million man. The Mets slugger has shaken off a slow start to first season at Queens and is doing Juan Soto things again, which includes turning his walks into must-see events. Turning his walks into must-see events. That's the best part about the entire description.
Whose fault is that?
And just to add to the excitement, Soto has stolen 29 bases this year, more than doubling his previous career high. That's why he's more exciting than Corbin Carroll, Frank, because his walks are exciting.
Whose fault is it that no one knows who Corbin Carroll is?
That would be ESPN.
It's your fault. You're the reason why no one knows who Corbin Carroll is because you don't cover baseball. Much of the same reason why you're putting out articles like Bobby Witt Jr. is baseball's biggest hidden secret. The only reason why it's a hidden secret is because he's playing in Kansas City. Promote your stars. Make new stars. Promote them. That is an ESPN and Major League Baseball problem. And you're going to sit there and go, Juan Soto's more impressive because who's going to pay to see Corbin Carroll? That's your fault. That is your fault.
Are you okay?
I'm so happy. I am so happy I'm out of national radio. I'm so happy.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll finish it after... I don't think he's going to get any happier, actually, as we go through this. And scene.
Hey, gang, it's Woodsy. Ever wanted to drink your...
Everything's good now. Frank took some deep breaths. That was phenomenal. I enjoyed every second of that. Sports Talk on the Fan, presented by Paramount Plus. Sylvester Stallone is back in the original hit series Tulsa King. Speaking of Italians getting excited about things. This season, Dwight faces his most dangerous adversaries yet, forcing him to fight for everything he's built and to protect his empire. Stream the new season of Tulsa King on Sunday, September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus. Well done. Give yourself a round of applause. That was great.
No, I'm not.
Not going to do that?
Fine. Nope.
All right. Well, let's go back to this most exciting player bracket.
We're doing this again?
We needed to finish. End scene. Now cut to the new scene. We had to let you calm down a little bit. You got to get for round 2. We didn't even make through round 1 of the National League.
Act 2, presented by Kraft Taco.
You're going to need some Kraft Taco after that.
I am, yeah.
Okay. Jung-Hoo Lee, again, ESPN put together this. We got to reset. I got to just refocus after that. Okay. ESPN.com, who we have agreed does not watch baseball, put together a bracket of the most exciting players in baseball. And they picked one player for every team and they had a wild card for each league. They had Bobby Witt Jr. and Ellie De La Cruz as the number 1 seeds because they made the final last year in their second annual now of the most exciting players bracket in Major League Baseball. Most exciting players for 2025. And then they seeded everybody else out based on where they are in the standings in the National and the American League. And then they voted on it themselves, which is also stupid. But you know what? We digress, and they just did what they wanted. And the thing that killed Frank was the fact that they thought that Juan Soto is a more exciting player than Corbin Carroll. The best part of this entire excerpt was, which includes turning even his walks into must-see events. Nobody's tuning in to watch Juan Soto walk, thinking it's like the greatest thing ever. 8 seed, Jung-Hoo Lee. Is Jung-Hoo Lee the most exciting player on the Giants?
He made that one catch that one time.
He made that one thing the one time that did the thing that saved the whatever. I owe you for the thing that they own the Dow. Thanks, Ruben. Against Mason Wynn.
Another player that nobody knows about.
That's right. Well,
but then again, his play hasn't really done much to garner any attention.
True. Jung-Hoo Lee or Mason Wynn is more exciting?
Lee.
They agree with you. Moving on. Do you care about the American League? We'll rip through it. Bobby Witt Jr. beats Jose Ramirez. Any qualms about that?
No.
Is Tariq Skubal more exciting than Cal Raleigh in 2025?
No.
They disagree with you. No love for Cal Raleigh, by the way, hitting 50 homers.
I get a push notification every single time he hits a home run.
I do not get a push notification every time Tariq Skubal pitches.
But Cal, okay. Never mind.
You want the reasoning? Save it. Hold it in, big dog. Hold it in. Come on, buddy. We're gonna make it through this. Raleigh's breakout power season has the fans everywhere tuning in to see what the big dumper would do next. But even a 50 homer season by a catcher wasn't enough to beat out the AL's top pitcher. That explained more about why Cal Raleigh should be better than Tariq Skubal.
You're all idiots.
They're all idiots. Bristol, Connecticut.
Yes, you're all idiots.
Vlad Guerrero Jr., Jeremy Pena.
It's going to be Vlad.
They picked Vlad, yeah, of course. Aaron Judge and Nick Kurtz. You know who they're going to pick.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah. Why? Because he's a Yankee.
Because we don't want to say Nicholas Kurtz for too much longer.
He said even him on the list after being drafted out of Wake Forest is quite an accomplishment. But this is Aaron Judge we're talking about.
Oh, for God's sake.
Most exciting guy ever. I told you. You're going to try to
lazy.
Stop saying you. It's not me. It's ESPN.
No, I know.
Four-letter network. Come
ESPN.
up with something else instead.
I know it's ESPN. The reasoning is so lazy. It's like, yeah, we know this guy's killing it, but come on, it's Aaron Judge.
It's Aaron Judge. He's a Yankee.
For God's sake.
Moving on to the National League. It's great. Ellie De La Cruz and Jung-Hoo Lee.
Ellie.
Yeah, the lone unanimous winner in the National League side of the bracket this round. De La Cruz has an ability to amaze at 6'5". They made him an easy choice. Yeah, well, but nobody watches Jung-Hoo Lee play. So, moving on. Bryce Terang, Juan Soto.
Soto.
Are you guessing who they think, who they picked, or who you think is more exciting?
Who I think is more exciting.
Yeah. Though the Brewers team record propelled Terang to a strong seed, Soto shuffled his way into the next round.
The fact that in the
shuffled
first
his way into the next round.
The fact that during the first round when you said Bryce Terang was number 2, I'm like, from the Brewers?
He's the most exciting player on the Brewers, apparently. That's all you need to know about the Brewers in the playoffs. Bryce Terang's their guy.
It's certainly not Christian Yelich. It's certainly not any of their starting pitchers. It's
Mizorowski?
It's
really?
Mizorowski, who, by the way, started the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
Because, God
he was
forbid.
So great. What's he doing now, by the way?
Nothing.
I got to see what he's doing right now. Remember, he was so great, he had to start.
Yeah, had to start the All-Star game.
Had to start the All-Star game. Jacob Mizorowski had to start the All-Star game. He's so good. He's so good. He has to start the All-Star game. It's the All-Star game. Come on, he's the best. 5-2 with a 4.09 ERA. I don't know. Maybe it was too soon to have him start the All-Star game.
Right, but too early.
This guy, at the end of the season, you're going to look at his baseball reference page in like 5 or 6 years, or even like 10 years from now, and it's going to it's going to look stupid. He's going to have all his like accolades. He's going to, oh, look, he was an all-star in 2025 for going 5-2 with a 4.09 ERA. Was he like a bunch of alternates or something? He only threw 55 innings. The guy was an all-star? Are you kidding me?
All-star starter.
All-star starter. Even that wasn't good enough to pass Bryce Terang in most exciting player on the Brewers. Anyway, Juan Soto's more exciting. Kyle Schwarber, Fernando Tatis Jr. Fernando's more exciting. He does a lot more. He does a lot better things. He did win. Shohei Ohtani, Paul Skeens.
Oh God. Oh no. They have what a nightmare.
They have to pick.
What a nightmare scenario. How is this not the final? Ohtani.
They picked Ohtani.
Of course.
Of course, dude. I think it's more entertaining to watch Paul Skeens try to pitch and get shutouts and still lose games because it's the Pirates.
Ask DeGrom about that.
The reigning champion, Bobby Witt Jr. versus Aaron Judge. Who is the most exciting?
Aaron Judge, because no one knows who Bobby Witt Jr. is.
Even though he won it last time.
Yep. It's Aaron Judge.
They picked Judge.
Of course they did.
Rematch from last year. Nope. Aaron Judge is more exciting in 2025 than Bobby Witt Jr. is. God forbid they pick Bobby Witt Jr. over Aaron Judge twice in a row. Aaron Judge wins. Eyewash. Tarek Skubal, Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Skubal, because he's the reigning Cy Young leader.
Yes. Easily beat Guerrero in the round, setting up for an epic ace versus slugger matchup.
Easily beat him because he should not have made it that far. But
I agree. National League. Ellie De La Cruz, Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani, yeah. Another rematch. And another one where the upset took over. Two-way Ohtani got his revenge, waltzing past De La Cruz and into the league championship round. Fernando and Juan. Who is more exciting to watch? Fernando Tatis Jr. or Juan Soto?
Fernando.
Fernando is way more entertaining to watch. He's way more exciting to watch. It is a bracket for most exciting player. ESPN thinks it's Juan Soto. And Frank is fouled out. After, this is what it says. This is the best part. I love the description is great. This chef's kiss. After a fairly steady dose of chalk in the rest of the Elite Eight, the round ended with two players looking to add to their upset-fueled runs. Tatis' all-around game got him this far, but it wasn't enough to beat Juan Soto, with our voters pointing to the way an entire stadium stops to watch his every at-bat. Just because Mets fans are dumb doesn't make him more exciting to watch. I said what I said. Are you telling me everybody stops what they're doing to watch Juan Soto hit? That makes no sense. You guys don't watch. You don't watch baseball. There's no way you watch this. There was never a time with Juan Soto in a Padres uniform like, I got to stop everything I'm doing to watch this guy hit. I maybe not this year as much, but many years with Fernando. And again, I get this year. There's not a single time this year I'm like, I got to watch Juan Soto hit for the Mets. If he was the guy that everybody had to stop what they're doing to watch hit, why am I getting notifications from ESPN about Cal Raleigh every time he comes up to bat and not Juan Soto? Oh, I don't know, because maybe the guy walks? What do you want to do? Watch him walk? We are not picking who the best player is. This is a bracket about who the most exciting player is. Juan Soto being more exciting than Fernando Tatis Jr. is the biggest hunk of you-know-what I have ever heard in my life.
Okay. So those of you watching on YouTube, see how that's ESPNU on the TV right there?
College football, baby.
Replaying.
Always.
Yeah, that's never happening anymore. Never once.
No, I need to watch college football, dude.
Never once will I ever have ESPN on in this studio ever again. I don't care if my daughter is getting married during the show on ESPN. ESPN will never, ever, ever be on in this studio while I am here. Never again. I don't care what's on it. I don't care the significance. It will never be on in this studio while I am here ever again. And no, I don't have kids.
What was with the Cloverfield camera angle right there? Is that what that movie's called? Right? They had like the
it was Cloverfield.
Cloverfield or like Paranormal Activity. That's kind of what I was getting the vibes for right
and
there.
Again, Met fan.
Okay, well.
Who thought Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor should have lost in the first round.
Put on ESPN.
No.
No.
To put on ESPN.
He's ordering now.
No.
In defiance?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no. I don't want to get in the middle of this. What is happening? As long as TCU's not playing, it's going to be okay. But that might have to change.
No, I did not get a raise. I got a defiance.
He got reprimanded is what happened. Anyway, back to this. If you're going to put something on, like put on, oh, wow, you got,
FIM slide cross. There's NHL from
NHL
last
hockey.
year.
Now, see, this is what the problem is. That one remote changes both TVs.
Yeah,
so
I
now
know,
he's
that's
going to be in a
problem.
box for the next 5 minutes trying to figure out
I
the
don't
TVs.
care. Just
all right. Well, I'll your final four: Tarek Skubal, Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, Juan Soto. Who do we think's in the final, Frank? Who are the two most exciting players in baseball?
Would it happen to be Ohtani and Judge?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Jeez, just unbelievable.
Who would have ever guessed?
Oh,
and
my
let me
God.
guess the winner. Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah. Vomit.
Wow.
Do you have a vomit noise?
Oh, my.
Are you
Who
kidding
would have
me?
ever,
What is this?
ever thought you guys are absolute clowns? I never, ever, ever will ever watch the station network again. I never will. Honestly, I'm getting rid of they're off of the bookmarks. We're done with that.
Are we I gotta ask. It's coming soon. Because this is what sports entities do. I'm gonna ask, I don't want to ask because I think I'm gonna hit a nerve again, but I feel like this is a great opportunity to bring up like
Go Aztecs reminding you to bring the tortilla chips tomorrow so you don't face this wrath.
Yeah, that's possible. It happens every year. I know ESPN's going to put out what we think is going to happen in the postseason. We're going to go round by round and make our picks for the postseason with our voters. And who's going to win the World Series? What's the World Series matchup going to be?
Your voters need to be put in a dark room and beaten with a stick.
That's rude.
No, it's not.
So, we know that article is coming. It's probably within the next 2 weeks. Our prediction, plus they're going to have it's going to be like the ESPN Plus. Well, I guess they got rid of the ESPN Plus articles. It's going to be the ESPN article where you pick every game in the postseason. And they're going to go work it through. And like, the Yankees are going to, see, look at the current postseason picture. the Yankees are going to get the Red Sox. They're going to get because they got a home field in the wild card. And then they're going to like, you know what? Even though
Yankees
the
are going to
Blue
finally beat
Jays,
the Red Sox.
even though the Blue Jays are the division champs, you know, the Yankees have played them enough. And Aaron Judge is Aaron Judge, and he's just going to take over the postseason. It's going to get him to the ALCS. You know, Cal Raleigh can only go so far. He runs into Tarek Skubal and loses, and then it's Skubal versus Judge. But we all know that Aaron Judge is the best, and so it's going to be Yankees in the American League. And they're going to do the same thing in the National League. It's going to be like, well, they got Shohei Ohtani, and the Dodgers just have too much for the New York Mets to handle in LA. And then it's going to come down to Philly and New York, or Philly and LA, and it's going to be like Kyle Schwarber. What a great season he's had! But you know what? It's the starting rotation and for the Dodgers, and by that time, it's going to be too much for the Phillies. And then it's Padres, Dodgers, NLCS. Well, you know, the Dodgers have dominated the Padres all year. And you know what? We have come to the conclusion it's going to be Yankees and Dodgers in the World Series, round 2, just like everybody wants. That's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming right now. It's going to be in an article on ESPN.com.
And the best part is
on October 1st. It will be, you know what? Forget that. September 30th is when the first playoff game is. That article is coming out September 29th at like 8 p.m. Pacific time, and we're going to stupidly read it.
No, we're not, because you
answer.
just did. You just did,
Honestly,
so no, we're not.
I just wrote it for them. I already know it's going to happen. I agree with Armand. There's a lot of things I don't agree with Armand, like natural casing, but I agree with Armand. Sounds like I'm watching Sunday Night Baseball. Unbelievable. Are we okay? We're going to make it through. We got one more segment we got to get through. We're going to be okay?
God.
You know what's going to make it better? When we come back, Martin and Santee usually gets us in a good mood. I think Martin's going to save the day. Martin saves the show when we come back. Braden Surprenant Show, taking up to 2 o'clock. San Diego Sports Station 97 through the Fan. This is a great song to come back to. Way less sad. Way less mad.
Way less sad, way more aggravated.
I love when people comment like, "Stop yelling. Why are you yelling?" It's called being passionate. Come on, man. Would you rather just like talk monotone the entire time?
Yeah.
That's boring.
Like I
We're
said,
not a boring show. We're a fun show. We like to have fun on the show.
like I said during the break, good news and bad news. Bad news, I've killed any future potential chances of working at ESPN.
Yeah, that's not great.
Good news, I've killed any potential chance of working at ESPN in the future.
Yeah. I remember like it was like the dream to work at ESPN when you're like a kid, right? Like for me growing up, right? Like doing in this business. And I don't turn down any company opportunities, but like the less they got away, the more they got away from sports and the less sports they started talking about.
It's sports TMZ, and it's not even sports TMZ, it's NFL and NBA TMZ.
Yeah, but it's not even, yeah, exactly. It's been less and less interesting for me. But you never know. Plus, you have to live in Bristol. I don't know if you have to live in Bristol anymore.
No, I don't think
most
so.
of the stuff's remote. Like
No,
most
because-
guys live wherever they want.
Yeah, and a lot of these people, like there's a studio in LA that they do.
Yeah, they could go
that they
up
do
there
Sports Center
and
from.
do stuff and whatever. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. That one comment from the guy that hates us and always like throws comments in the chat. He hates us. I mean, he just hates this show. It's so funny. He always goes, love turning on the radio and hearing Jim Nome scream about some irrelevant article.
Don LaGreca would be proud of me.
That
right
was
now.
hilarious, dude. I was like, hey, man, that's Mr. Jim Nome to you, buddy. Is that a short joke?
I'm 6'4", dude. I don't know. I was the one that was yelling, so I'd have to assume he was talking about me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
Maybe he's talking
taller
about
than
me.
I'm taller than you are.
A lot of people are. It's not many people that are smaller than 5'7", but
Go Aztecs. I don't care if he's listening, loving
Yeah,
this, listening
he
or hating it.
listens.
He's listening. That's all that matters.
it's even better when people that hate our show and hate us
Love you too, bud.
can't stop listening to us. We're irresistible. Oh man, that's just making them fume. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. The Mike Schilt impersonations in the chat today have been funny. I don't repeat them. Let's get out to Martin and Santee. Always brightens our day. Martin, what's going on, man?
Help us, Uncle Martin.
Gentlemen, I'm overwhelmed. I almost spit out my lunch when Frank started going off. Great radio, and I'm just going to say, like politics, radio like this is local, and it just thrives in this community, and you bring it each and every day. So, and I think for you, Frank, for my nephew Frank, I think Olympians 3-0 start and not having been a fan since 2012 has emboldened you. I was trying to figure out your passion. Where's it coming from? It's like, well, you got Coach Braden there, and it's like, I'm bringing it. Olympian. I'm a fan again. 2012. I haven't been there. Yeah. So all good stuff. I would encourage you to follow your team out to Santee this weekend. Both teams are 3-0. So just a thought. But Braden and Frank, both of you again, appreciate what you bring every day and keeping these, I'm going to say short-sighted fans, limited vision fans, however you want to put it, off the ledge. I will tell you, Saturday night when Suarez gave up that home run in the bottom or the top of the ninth, it's like, I got to say, I peeked out the window, but refreshingly waited till Monday, knew what you would bring, where you would bring it, keeping us together. I've been a fan in this community for a very long time. And I will say your radio presence, the both of you, has just increased my knowledge. Number one, college football, high school football. Forget Juan Soto and the Mets. Sorry, Frank. But it's a pleasure every day. This is one of the few radio stations that I listen to. And one of the, really one of the only shows I listen to on air for 97.3. I catch some of bits of the others just because of some of the elements that they bring, but yours, I can't quite go 4 hours all day. Most of it is taken up by Frank. My recommendation, a yoga class will help. So I do yoga, and but you guys add to this community and a passion, and seeing Frank's passion today and know where it stands in relationship to baseball, number one, to the Padres, as is yours, Braden, and your support of high school sports. Always good. And I encourage keep doing what you're doing. Keep everybody off the ledge in case things don't go as planned. But anyway, take care. I always appreciate that you take my call. And nephew, things are going to be okay.
Appreciate the phone call from Martin.
Again, Uncle Martin, you're the uncle for the show, not just me.
Yeah, the show.
You're
Martin
our,
for the show.
You are our uncle,
And
not just me.
Martin sometimes appears in the YouTube chat. They call you Unc in the YouTube chat.
And Martin, I love and appreciate. Thank you very, very much. I'm not flexible enough for yoga. Sorry.
It's called stretching.
Shut up, man.
Stretch. You should probably stretch.
I just did.
Get a massage. Stretch a little bit.
There was something else I was going to say, and I've forgotten now.
I like what he said about. We try to bring a passion every day for San Diego. I say it all the time. Fourth generation San Diegan. I love this town, love everything about this city, love growing up in this city, I love the passion of all the high school sports in this town, growing up on a high school football field. Obviously, the Padres, when the Chargers were here, all of that. Stretch those natural casings. Stretch. But we appreciate the kind words, obviously, from Martin. We try to bring that show every single day. Try to bring the fun every single day. We try to have fun on the show, keep it lighthearted. We'll talk about the serious stuff, for sure.
Uncle Martin does a show promo better than any of us every time he calls.
Hey, you know what? Adam said he wanted more show promos.
Martin,
and so we put Martin to the I don't know why he's complaining in the chat. He wanted more promos.
Martin, I'm going to need you to call for the next 15 days straight so we don't have to do these promos. You could just do it for us.
We appreciate that. But we definitely, there's a pride and a sense of trying to bring you guys as much information as possible, trying to keep it entertaining. We're trying to keep it fun the whole time and see our passion. And it's great. We get to see Frank's passion today. Frank came out of his shell a little bit today. That was money. I was fired up.
It takes a lot, especially now being more as calm as I am. I've changed a lot growing up, but it takes a lot to get me over that edge. Traffic usually does it. People driving typically gets me over that edge, and just national writers who claim to know something that they don't drives me absolutely insane. And we got the mix today. Also, the fact that I woke up today anxious as all get out for no reason. I'm still trying to figure out the reason there. So didn't help.
Well, it's better than your commute to work yesterday. I don't want to bring that back up. We don't need to hear Frank's rant about traffic. That is
to the person in the white coach that decided to park in the middle of the 805 yesterday morning.
Okay,
appreciate you.
We should probably cut off his mic before he starts saying something dumb. Will in Oceanside, you're on the Braden Surprenant show. What's going on, Will?
Not much. Hey, I know I call every week or every other week. I never got a chance to thank you, Braden. A couple years back at the Padres. The Fan Fest, I was with my son, and my son's name is Braden, and he thought it was just so cool that someone on the radio had the same name as him. And he doesn't get out of school in time to hear the show, but we talk about the Padres, and we talk about the times, when I call, and I always ask you a question, and I always leave you something, and then I go off the air, and I let you talk about it after I've hung up. But he wanted to give you a shout out. His name is Braden. And I really appreciate that. I think you were with the coach then, and everybody was clamoring to the coach, and he wanted to go meet Braden. So what I wanted to talk about is Fernando. You notice Fernando, he is back to being giddy, back to being excited, and every time he does that, we get this switch that comes on, and I'm hoping that the switch is going to be on for a month or two, where he gets all giddy and he takes his shirt off and he's running around. And I've been to a lot of games, and I've seen him where he's moping and he's depressed and he's in a slump or something. And I have to say that where when we get going, when we get this thing going, when we get a few hits, get some runs, and those guys get to playing together, you just see something change about him, and he gets all excited, and it's like a roller coaster ride for a fan. But I did notice that in last night's game, and I wanted to get your take on that. And I did want to say thank you for taking the time to talk to my son Braden a couple fan fests ago. And I will take your comments off the air.
No, I appreciate it, Will. Thank you very much. Shout out to Braden in Oceanside. I hope Will spelt his name correctly.
I was going to say.
I have to say.
How does he spell the name?
How does he spell the name? Regardless. Shout out to Braden. Yeah, I'm very approachable at the remotes. You guys come up and say hi whenever you want. Easy to talk to. Appreciate it. Yeah, he looks a little bit better. If Fernando could turn into exciting Fernando and happy Fernando for the final couple of weeks of the year, that'd be great. I think that could be a big spark that the team needs going into the postseason. We got time for one more to finish up the day. Brandon and Carlsbad, you're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, Brandon?
Yeah, boys. Hey, they heard me yesterday. Toxic, just bleeding out everywhere. You know what? We squeezed it out at the end, like the brother was talking about. Fernando hit the pop we needed, driving that run. Let's get another W. And, you know, also on another note, I can't stand those comparative, who's more exciting. It is what it is. Everyone's got an opinion. It just so happens that some people have a broader foundation to frickin' in a soapbox to yell it from. But I don't really care about any of that. We still got a lot of work to get done. Guillotines, boys. The day is almost over. Frank, smile. Love ya. You too, Braden. San Diego all day. Let's roll, baby. Go Lancers. Later.
I love that part too. Like the high school football stuff that we get in the chat and everything like that. I love that. Bring that energy. When you call in, give a shout out to your local high school football team. Carlsbad Lancers at 3-0. I know all the teams in San Diego what they're doing. Martin's the fact that you went to the game last week, they beat up on Eastlake. They got a big game at Santana, both 3-0 teams. Why aren't you there?
Because it's a long drive.
Oh my God, long drive. Make it worth your while. Go to a place in Santee you can't go to out down there. Get yourself some ice cream at Handles since you don't get the one down the street.
You know what?
Go to Cotijas. Go to there's 1,000 places in Santee you can go eat at and make it worth something to you.
If Uncle Martin goes, I'll go.
Bang!
If Uncle Martin goes, I will go.
He is Martin from Santee, Olympian in Santana on Friday. I'm going to have to get the update on that. I'll be in Nashville. Going to be on the show the rest of the week, though. He's Frank Marchese. That was fun today. I'm Braden Surprenant. Gwen and Chris coming up next. San Diego's #1 sports station, 97 through the Fan.